Day then screws it back where Kevin Heath will do battle there with Madden. Beats him for strength that time. Madden hits it down to Primer. Primer's got a balk and gets it back to Madden. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Percy up to his old antics again in 1979. But now he takes his kick up towards the wing where it's Collins. And over the top comes Marsh to take a safe mark on the wing. It was a very...
Two of them together. The two high flyers for Eston. Crow was off at centre half back. Oh, somebody went down. Behind the play, it's on. The umpire comes in and play goes on the half-forward flank with Marsh fighting for it. Eston player still on the ground. Marsh is with it. Marsh gets a good hand pass out wide to Fletcher. And Fletcher's got the chance now to send a long one down to full forward. And it's nicely taken by Kevin Heath. Well, what's been happening behind the play, Drew?
Well, the Essendon player is still down on the ground. Hasn't moved since the last player near the scene was Mark McClure.
36 Scanlon, but it's Essendon play on through Watson. Pushed out to the wing. Van der Haar's got plenty of time here. He fumbles. It's about being what is... And obviously Van der Haar did something before that we didn't see, and Clure comes over the top, nearly takes the grab. But it's Francis now. Francis shakes off a couple of tackles over to Sheldon. Sheldon running into a goal from the cute angle. Magnificent play, Carlton. Bruce Dool, and he passes it free on to Simon Madden. Simon Madden kicks up towards the half-forward line. Now Stanaher comes right over the back and takes a fine mark over at first Jones. I thought Jones had it. Davis keeps the play forward. Essendon steady. They come out of defence through Bennett. Carlton take the mark back again towards Carlton full forward line. McClure being held. The umpire was going to pay the free kick anyway. And McClure is about 30 metres out from goal. A magnificent mark by McClure. The siren's gone. Great play by Marsh. Marsh, tough play, shooting towards goal from a very acute angle. Magnificent goal, Ian Marsh. And the Bombers are moving forward now. That's their 10th goal, and it's only a 14-point deficit at the 5-minute mark of the final quarter. And it's now anybody's game. Essendon have finally erased that 4 or 5 goal lead that they've been facing since early on in the second quarter. And
Martin kicked 6, Allen 3, and Max Richardson, who'd played 215 games for Collingwood against his old team, kicked 3 goals, and for Collingwood, Stewart kicked 3. Well, there's still some more top Australian football to come in these highlights of our 3 games.
Glendinning, Davis, Ramsey, Scanlon, Blight!
Great first quarter football by both these teams in the first up for the year. It's Foles in the half, on the wing for Essendon, putting them right into attack on the half-forward line. Oh, good handball here. Chain of handballs. There's 3 of them there. Quickly across to Davis. Oh, crikey, how did he miss?
Melrose can't get his feet. Primer, down to Van der Haar, then dropping back. Van der Haar!
Madden taking that ruck. Fletcher ran through, backed himself. Davis it is with the ball, screws it back, great goal!
There'll be a fair bit of time left in this quarter with all the scoring that's been done. Down towards Van der Haar. No, he'll lose it. There's Danaher, a goal! Oh, what a goal! No, Boyd. They look alike. Out today. Not many bounces seen today. He's going, that's his 3rd. 5. 6. Over the top. No, he goes for a kick. In towards Danaher. Davis dropped the centre. Out towards Reid. Here's a chance for Primer. Ramsey on his hammer. Fires for goal. That's Watson. It's a goal to Essendon.
They've lost it. Fiddling. Neil Danaher. Quickly out to Marsh. Marsh on the half-back line now. The kick, of course, will land on the half-forward line. But badly directed. Oh, Crow, a sensational grab.
In attack, trailing by a point. Walter down to Goss. A snap for goal is a great kick by Goss. Well, that is classic ruck play down to the Rover. In the goal square, punched away well. Perovic, harassed by Hendry, picked up by Matthews. A screw shot over his shoulder is great football, Lee Matthews. Picked up by Dunn, helping him. Good football done. Centre wing, Knights in front again. One hand, oh, great mark, Peter Knights.
Back out to Thomas, over Duper-Ruzel. Good play, wasn't deliberate. Duper-Ruzel back across to the centre. Here comes Trevor Barker. And Trevor Barker takes an excellent mark to St Kilda in the centre of the ground.
A handball by Manane back to Matthews. Matthews up towards the goal square. Oh, and a great leap over the back by Jimmy O'Day.
O'Halloran over to Colin Moore. He bounces once. He's got Paddock in front of him. Over to Ablett, who hand passes it further on field for Hawthorn. And it's Hawthorn into attack now. As timely mark by Goad. Goad hand passes across back to Goad, who pushes it out and the ball out further to Ayres, who came on to replace tough man Don Scott. Ayres centres it for Hawthorn, and it's all Hawthorn, and Michael Moncrief takes a well-timed mark. He'll kick it wide out onto the half-back flank for St Kilda. He does so. Perovic in front, knocked down where St Kilda relieve up towards the centre of the ground, pushed on by the Saints. Here comes Trevor Barker. He's tripped and finally gets the ball out to Carter. Carter handballs back where Barker finally gets the ball. He pushes it wide again to Green, a danger player, and here's a real danger player, Gary Sidebottom. He pushes it on, Sidebottom again. Its ball comes out, could have been tagged by the leg. He gets rid of it. 3 St Kilda players, and Trevor Barker chooses it's mine.
Sarah back towards the wing position. Oh, great mark. Not very much. Good kick though, right into the centre circle. Klomp for the big leap. He's marked. Come alive. Keogh ignored as Armstrong goes long, looking for Galt. He's got the leap. And he's got the mark. A beauty. Right.
To Nankervis. Nankervis boots them into attack from that Klomp mistake. In front, Jeffrey Southby, superbly done.
Absolutely ridiculous, as there's the kick by Collins, looking for McClure. Superb judgment. Wouldn't want to see many better marks than that. Right in the centre circle, and he's quick to play off. Gold is in front of Malarkey. Jones from behind. Hawkins gets it down. Marcoux on the burst. Can't take it with him. Now he can. Johnston this time with the right boot, and he's kicked the goal. Mossop gets it cleverly down towards Burns. Jezelenko tackled a little high. A second time, must get the free kick. Plays on quickly. Jeffrey's running back with the ball, takes a screamer. Mackay at half forward. Right up to full forward. Mossop is there. Galt this time.
Heath will have to hurry for his first kick for the match, but he's played pretty well. Down to Rodney Galt. Whoa, what a leaper. Kicked out by Heath. Great leap by Mackay. A spectacular mark over a big pack.
Now the mark of the day, and we had a fairly difficult choice. Some marks there by Trevor.
Kicked out by Heath. Great leap by Mackay. A spectacular mark over a big pack.
Now the mark of the day, and we had a fairly difficult choice. Some marks there by Trevor Barker, Rodney Galt and Malcolm Blight, but we finally went for the St Kilda backman Jim O'Day, who came over the back of 3 players, all bigger than him, to take this mark at Moorabbin. Perovic at the back, Ablett. Good handball upfield. Now it goes past Matthews, and a clever handball by Manane back to Matthews. Matthews up towards the goal square. Oh, and a great leap over the back by Jimmy O'Day. Jim O'Day with a ride on the pack, 3 players in front of him, taking an impossible mark in the goal square. Alan Davis of Essendon, and after that, Gary Sidebottom's delight at St Kilda beating the Premiers.
Pocket the Dons, close to goal.
Madden taking that ruck. Fletcher ran through, backed himself. Davis it is with the ball, screws it back, great goal!
Here isn't out of the question, and I'm sure you'll agree when you see these highlights again of his game against Footscray.
Bad play then. Corns for North Melbourne up towards Blight, where he's one out with Murray. Plenty of jostling, but finally Blight wins out onto his left foot. And magnificent goal by Malcolm Blight. Up towards the forward block, Blight in front. Safe mark by Malcolm Blight.
In the centre, and Cassin's kick to centre half forward. Blight! Oh, Malcolm Blight!
Dempsey's little chip shot in towards Ebert, who hasn't done much in the game so far, hasn't picked up the tempo. Oh, nice pass there. I think Malcolm Blight made that pass because he gave that extra spurt and hurled himself at the ball because it was coming low and it was short. But
Greg at centre wing, up towards centre half forward, Blight at the back. Oh, it comes straight to Malcolm Blight. He's got nobody in front of him. A long kick for goal. What a kick by Blight. It's close. How is that for a goal? Kick for full forward. Blight in front of Tivendale again. Malcolm Blight plays on, kicks for goal. Another superb bit of play by Malcolm Blight, and another goal. His fifth.
Melrose chips in, kicks towards Blight, where Blight's under a lot of pressure from Tivendale, but Blight uses his body magnificently. Ground onto his left foot, back onto his right. Steady. Great shot by Malcolm Blight, and it's a goal.
The highlights in the two games just prove what good football we had.
Martello, front position player. Moore gets above him. Disputed one. Well done, Morris. Lost it. Tuck. Moncrief waits for the high, awkward one. Beautifully done. I think it surprised himself. He picked one out, and there's the one eyes beside me. Here comes Ray Shaw. Ray Shaw's off for the run. Got plenty of time. Big Al goes after him. Shaw a long one. Kink is his target. Well done, Kink. Beautifully done.
There's the kick by McFall. Fiery fellow up towards centre half forward. Pickett takes the mark and
it goes to Martello. Martello a good 60-metre one downfield. Moncrief in great position. Here's a chance for Matthews or Moncrief. Moncrief left foot snap, puts it through.
Who finally finishes up with the ball. And he goes for a short pass to Davis. Bounce favours him. Davis straightens up. A chance to kick his second. It's a clever snap and he's put it through.
What a great player Stan Magro's been in that back pocket. Tremendous kick. It's kick number 8 and great distance. Well done, Byrne. In a flash to Manasseh. Manasseh will give it across to half-forward flanker Morris. Morris will then give it across short if he wants to, which he does, to Captain Shaw. Shaw cleverly to Kink. Superb teamwork to Manasseh and through for a goal. 2-1 against him. Great tackle by Magro. Picked up by Wearmouth. Wearmouth across to Picken. Picken cleverly to Manasseh. Manasseh under pressure. Dodges Ablett terribly quick, easily, and boots it out wide looking for Captain Ray Shaw. Hotly pursued by DeWold. Shaw is there first. Gets a one-hander back to Morris. Morris goes for the run. He'll boot down looking for Peter Moore, which he does. It's a great kick, Morris. Moore goes up one-handed.
Moore reluctant to leave the ground. He wants Peter Moore, but he might mark this one. He does.
Oh, O'Halloran, bad luck. Could have almost been played. Hit out by Morris, taken by Valley brilliantly. Valley steadies now. Oh, he's fumbled again. Wearmouth a long hand pass to the half-forward flank is not good football, but made good football by an awkward bounce which goes to Oborne. Oborne held it a long time, steadies for goal. Peter Moore and Kelvin Moore fly for it. Peter Moore won it. He is simply too tall.
Which takes him pretty well out of the centre square. He'd be a good 60 to 65 metres out. Might nearly go pretty close. That's a beautiful kick by Stoneham. Hasn't got the distance. Templeton's down there. A high leap by Smith. It comes to Wheeler. See what he's like in attack. A beautiful pass, but it just goes past Stoneham. Chance for Jennings. In front. 50 metres from goal. Jennings straightens. Kicks for goal. Good kick. And the Footscray captain puts the Scrays further in front.
Footscray's foreman who marks. Into centre half forward to Templeton. Knocked away from him. Good scouting by Whitten. Caught with the ball to Jennings. Jennings coming laterally across the ground within kicking distance. He's lining it up but still running. Good play, Jennings, if he kicks it. A slashing goal from Footscray captain Jeff Jennings. North only 1 point down, going into attack now through Schimmelbusch. A long kick towards centre-half forward. Caston's gone right out of business in this second quarter. Here's Jennings. Beautiful pass up there towards Cordy, who's done very little in the match so far, playing on the flank. Deflected kick. John Law gathers in the ball. Good shepherding there by Dench, allows Law to get the kick into the middle. With a fine mark to Stone and puts paid to North Melbourne's attempt there.
Still going, Wayne Foreman. Drives it long. Templeton in front of Dench. Oh, and over the back, he was probably spoiled a bit there by Cordy. Dench's kick to centre wing. Bristow at the back. Good mark.
Greg's still waiting. Finally takes his kick, and it's a good kick from Greg up towards the half-forward flank. It's a high fly there by Bristow. Great mark again by Neil Bristow. He's played a wonderful game. That's his 9th mark by Bristow. He hand passes on to his captain, Jennings, who runs across the centre. This is his 3rd bounce, 4th bounce. Opens the field up for Footscray. Great kick by Jennings. Great marks in defence by Law for North Melbourne.
This was taken by Rene Kink, the Collingwood forward, who had a great game against Hawthorn and had the distinction of having the great Peter Knights moved off him. Rene Kink at centre-half forward, and this is his mark of the day.
As McCormack kicks the ball in long, he's looking for Derek Shaw. Over the head of the pack towards Byrne. Well tackled by Ablett to Carlson for Collingwood, an interchange player who does it well with the left boot. He looks for Kink, who's there with O'Halloran. Mark of the day, almost. He's taken a few that would be very difficult to handle. 9, in fact.
Well, that's just about all we had.
3 Footscray players, 1 North Melbourne, and Footscray's foreman who marks. Into centre-half forward to Templeton. Knocked away from him. Good scouting by Whitten. Caught with the ball to Jennings. Jennings coming laterally across the ground within kicking distance. He's lining it up but still running. Good play, Jennings, if he kicks it. A slashing goal from Footscray captain Jeff Jennings.
Reid cleverly out towards Boyd. He picks it up nicely and boots it down towards centre-half forward. Terry Danaher is there. Up goes Dunn. Down comes the ball to Alan Davis. Davis tackled when never in possession. Never in possession against Hugh Perovic, and the free kick will go to Alan Davis. Alan Davis, who kicked a magnificent goal in the last few moments of the 3rd term, comes in with a long one, a very long one, right to the teeth of goal! And then Tim Watson. A sensational leap with all the tall timber there. Time for this one, and at centre half back it's Russell Green. Green. Oh, Barker! Barker! The matcher. Oh, an unbelievable climb by Trevor Barker above Scanlon, and there's no doubt about this. Slight, slim Trevor Barker. He is one of the most sensational marks that league football's seen in the past 20 years. Down it goes field, and
But I must say, and I feel I do have to draw attention to 2 incidents in that game today, even though it is Leeds United, it might heap more criticism on my head. But bear in mind, I didn't do the tackles that are coming up now. The player arrowed is Ray Hankin, and this was in the first half. He goes in there to challenge Russell Osman, and you'll notice his right foot come up and go down, bang. Now, I don't know where that hit, but wherever it hit, it must have hurt. And there was another tackle, which we've seen only 5 minutes ago in the second half, and you saw it once, you saw it a second time in slow motion. Maybe you should say we shouldn't show it again, but I think it's our duty, really, to look at things like this. As Walk goes on the floor, you can see the right foot on the back of his neck, and that was in the second half. The referee didn't spot it, and no foul was given. But on the other hand, I'm sure even Leeds United fans would agree that that's not the sort of thing we want to see on a football field. And as the managers meet at Bissam tomorrow, an historic meeting in some ways, let's hope that they will make resolutions that the game is better without such tackles, whatever the competition and whatever the stress is. And now, with the news, Desmond Lyon.
Thanks, Jim. Well, as you'll have gathered, Liverpool answered any questions about...
The rain came in the last quarter in all games, and here are some more highlights from the three matches.
They've played 26 and a half minutes in this quarter. Byrne onto Morris. Bond closing in. Down towards Kink. Oh, back to Morris. On to Kink. He'll look for Moore. Moore calls for it. Dempsey there. Oh, Moore loses his footing. So does Dempsey. Here's trouble. Ramsey and Wearmouth. Wearmouth in trouble. Goes square towards Davis, and he'll steady 25, 30 metres out from goal.
Good play there by North Melbourne. Good teamwork to let Ramsey mark. Then swings it across to Melrose. Melrose goes up the outer flank. Drives for Schimmelbusch. Finds him. Schimmelbusch had a good second quarter. Just sped past Manasseh. He's run 50 metres. Heads in towards the goal square. Bond caught one. Oh, great cricket catch right on the turf. To Bond. It's been a quiet play, but a nice handball to Bond, but oh, he's kept right on that boundary line. Taken by Worthington. Kicks the ball back to Moore at centre-half back. 3 players call for it. It'll be Valley to get it. We'll judge the bounce and run through the centre. A long kick down to full forward, but McKean's got the sitch, but Dempsey's there as well. Wearmouth shoots! Goals! And having one on the ball now. Dempsey saving himself for the last bit of this last quarter. McKean Baker. Well judged mark by Pickett.
Shepherding by Manasseh. Kink eventually gets a favourable bounce. Doubles back, thinks about going to Woolno. Then in short towards Valley, he says, I'll leave it for somebody else. And that was Ramsey. Gets the handball away to Melrose very quickly at centre-half back. And Collingwood under pressure now as the ball goes up towards the half-forward line for North Melbourne. Not clear, going towards Nettlefold. He bursts through a long kick. Looking for Dempsey. Off his hands. Will he sock it? And North a point in front.
Out wide, a chance for Melbourne here. Falling on top of it is Wallace again. Tries to find Coles. Coles kick under pressure down towards Little. O'Donnell comes racing out. Good mark.
18 minutes into this first term as Young kicks the ball down the ground looking for Teasdale. And a great mark by Dittrich. Teasdale waited for the ball to come to him.
Here's a lead from Elliott.
That's good play. That's where Melbourne should attack from on this side of the ground. He goes short, too far for Woodman. Oh, very round, right over the top of him.
Elliott's done well in the centre. That's Glenn Elliott. Downfield it goes. Carman and Young. Carman wins it. Oh, that was the champagne of class.
Out comes Hamilton. And away go Melbourne. Wade over his head. In comes young O'Donnell, showing plenty of pace. Gets it across to Moyer. Moyer breaks one tackle. He had a bounce into the forward pocket. Long shot for goal. Is it his second? It is.
A big leak there by Moyer. O'Donnell behind is Moyer. Moyer's got the chance and then screws it back towards the forward line. In comes Philip Carman. Mark!
7 points to lead now as Woodman is favoured by that bounce, but he gets it down. Shark for South Melbourne by Fields. Fowler a chance. One hand, he's pulled it in.
Hand pass goes out wide. The chances there for Moyer. Moyer can give the short pass if he can get to it. He can't. Downfield, Barry Round in great position. Oh, behind, a perfect mark.
Woodman for Geelong towards the outer side. Mossop is there on a good leap and a fine mark taken by Cassidy. The quick handball to Turner. Inboard it goes to Preston, who couldn't handle. Overrun by Preston. Could have been a push to Tuck. Knocked forward by Russo for Hawthorn. Preston again. Well played by Preston. To half forward, a good pass. Dowsett. The pass, looking for Bright, who marks. Scott came from a long way away. Went over the top with a big fist. Clark down to Tuck. To centre wing. Almost to Hendry. Goss at the back running onto the ball in the open. A good handball infield to Dippia Domenico. A defender at centre half forward. Drives at Goldwoods. Moncrief's there again. There's still a chance for Mike Moncrief. Over his head. Six goals to Mike Moncrief. 4 in this quarter into the win.
Reed's kick towards Donahue, leading out from full forward. Over his head, finally, chance for Cousins for Geelong. He can hand pass, does to an unguarded Middlemiss, and Middlemiss's goal is Geelong's third. A very handy one.
Hawthorn leading by 33 points. Woodman to centre half forward. Newman. And he marks. Second telling mark to Sam Newman in this quarter. Newman's there again. Oh, Newman! And Sammy Newman's had a magnificent third quarter.
DeWall back to O'Halloran, and finally O'Halloran's able to relieve for Hawthorn, and a huge kick up towards centre half forward. We're finally sweeping through is Hendry. He's got a chance towards where Matthews now leads the ball. Matthews shot for goal. Goalie Matthews. And that's Hawthorn's 14th goal. 14 goals, 13 to Geelong's 7-13. And those 2 goals in the last...
Well, some pretty good football played in round 3. And now we go to the mark of the day. Real show pony stuff here by Barry Round, because he did it right in front of the cameras at the Lake Oval, riding up over the top of his opponent. Barry Round.
Waited for the ball to come to him.
Here's a lead from Elliott.
That's good play. That's where Melbourne should attack from, on this side of the ground. He goes short. Too far for Woodman. Oh, Barry Round, right over the top of him.
Elliott's done well in the centre.
Beneath the ball, and look at the ride that Barry Round had over the top of him, arms outstretched, and took it as far over his head as he possibly could. Well, now let's have a look at the two brothers. Each kicked 4 goals. This was Paul Morwood's effort from the right forward pocket, and have a look in the closing titles for something a bit different from North Melbourne. Some sort of a mascot, this one, because they came onto the ground at Arden Street with an elephant.
That time by Hall. Thompson's got the ball. Tackled by Richards. Murphy contests again. Here comes Coles and then Fowler. Handles it badly. Coles again. Turns and twists. Eventually well shepherded. Got the chance and kicks into the man. Here's Gaunt and Paul Morwood. Morwood, great play. Sensational play. His third goal. Foreman, a long one down towards centre half forward. Templeton, a beautiful leap. That was the judgment we've been seeing or waiting to appear in 1979. very long-legged is Kelvin Templeton, was in perfect position that time. He's about 25 to 30, good 30 metres out from goal as man on mark. Templeton coming in from a long, long way from man on mark, up close, kicks for goal. Well done. Hampshire only ruckman there and does it very nicely. Davis tackles his opponent. Foreman loses it. Davis follows on very strongly. Tackled when not in possession, will take the free kick, the clever Alan Davis. Davis comes in for his 4th kick. He's kicked beautifully. Great pass to Danaher. A very creative player is the laconic Alan Davis. Terry Danaher, traditional of pulling up the sock on the kicking boot, is about 35 metres from goal. The angle is slight. Simon Madden claps as it goes through, and it's the goal.
Falling short. Shaw is in front of Templeton. Pissed it away. Off the hands of the pack. Oh, here's a chance. Williams stands his ground and puts Anko to Neil Danaher. And he gives it across to Barbary. Skipper Madden says go. Barbary gives it to Davis. And Davis, as ever, does it so well. Beautiful smother, though, by Smets. Watson, look at him go. He just goes straight through and then he kicks the shocker. But here's a chance for Keenan. Oh, good play to Neil Terry Danaher. Great play by Keenan.
Mets on half-back line, dodges Davis. His hand pass to Watson is bad football. Watson fumbles it. Clever Davis to Watson. Watson bursts away, fires for an open goal and does it. He tackled Davis to Tippendale. Tippendale gets a hand pass to Whitten. Whitten cleverly past Scanlon, across to Egan. Egan beautifully to Jennings. Jennings steadies and puts it through. That was the best football of the match.
Neither get a decisive tap. Robbins for Essendon. There's a spare man in defence for Footscray. That man is Morrison, but it comes off hands to young Barbary. Clever play, Barbary pops it back to Robbins, who'll run in and kick an open goal. And magnificent play by young Barbary in his first game.
Alexander coming down there for Fitzroy. He'll go up against Galt. Jones is there as well. Katoggio, a snap for goal. He's pretty close. A magnificent goal by Vin Katoggio. Southby in a lot of minds before kicking straight down the ground. And Richardson outmarks Harms. The quick handball to Wilson going goalwards. A left footer by him. Fraser is at the back, or Beecroft. Bounces to Armstrong. Chance here for Sheldon from the back pocket. Over half back to Jones. He marks on his chest. Floating handball to Collins. The kick by Collins over centre wing. Smith and McClure. And McClure's a danger man down forward for the Blues. He hesitates. Kicks to half forward. Galt. Shaw hands. Chance for Galt to score here. Oh, shot kick. Dool at half back. Clomp just short of the centre. Being chased by Hanson, trying to make up for his mistake. Centre half forward. McCarthy. Through Katoggio, but Katoggio pinches it and kicks for goal. And has put it through.
Austin in the Clomp direction. Oh, a good pair of hands. I saw this fella play night football a couple of years ago and he was very impressive. He has been today. To Sheldon. And Sheldon's got a panic if he can get it going. Bangs it into Katoggio. 14th kick for Vin Katoggio. It's a long one and it could be right. It is. Goal.
McClure has kicked one goal. That's dropping 10 metres short. Oh, Galt! A magnificent leap by Rodney Galt at the back of the pack. 10th kick for Robert Clomp. Alexander, and at the back Hanson. Well done, Irwin. Across the ground, Young. Allen burst through them. Over the top to Poynton. He's at centre half forward, a raking left foot kick. It's there. His first goal in league football.
He gets onto his right boot and slams the ball in towards centre half forward. They set themselves here. That's a Collingwood mark at centre half forward. Taken by Olsen. About 45 to 50 metres out from goal, right in front. Collingwood 1 goal, St Kilda yet to score after 5 minutes. The kick by Olsen is a flutter, it's in, that's home. It's a goal to Collingwood.
Good play now as he comes across to Dacos. Dacos kick down. Oh, another marker still.
All Collingwood again, punched away in defence. Finally, Barker to side bottom. The two big names on the St Kilda forward line. Side bottom shot for goals, a goal. Into the hands of Ray Byrne with an ugly looking kick up forward. Finally, chance for King, and King runs straight through the pack. Play on, says the umpire, and Renee kicked another goal for Collingwood.
Baker, who got a knock, a heavy one on the head before half-time, is back on the ground. Prodigious kick by Sidebottom. Out towards Barker, punched away by Moore. Down towards Collingwood's Moore again. A handball across, he fires for goal, and there's Collingwood's 14.
Play on, says the umpire. Struggling pack there, finally taken by Collingwood through Worthington, the man who kicked the goal a few minutes ago. Pushed up towards the wing, chance for Sartori. Awkward looking hand pass, kick off the ground by Byrne, finds Stewart again, chance for kick, hand pass to Ray Shaw. Shaw can steady, kicks towards goal, but the kick is wide.
Beautiful kick by Shaw. Look at the way Shaw picked that up. This is Ray Shaw, the captain, and that's a great goal, flat out on the run.
Two Collingwood against one again. Dacos it is for Collingwood. Kicks up towards the half-forward line. Sitting in the position there was a chance for Tony Shaw. Woolnough with a hand pass to King, and it's Collingwood again. Renee King running into an open goal, looks a pass cross for a lead, and he finds it, Craig Davis. Woolnough with a chance, bounces off his St Kilda opponent. Hand passes up to Derek Shaw again, onto his left foot. No, it's not. It's over to Terry White, who's come up from the half-back line, and White's goal. Moore gets them tapped down again. He looks a metre taller than any other opponent. Collingwood with a chance again. St Kilda overrun the ball. Woolnough comes through. Hand pass to Weirmouth. Weirmouth with a chance here to King. King can steady and run into an open goal. He does so, and he's kicked his fifth. Through again. It's going to be tackled again nearly. Finally brushes aside the tackle. Kicks up towards centre possession, but it's a Collingwood mark. Great defensive play, Gerald Betts. He hand passes a high one towards where Shaw's nearly caught. To Billy Picken. Up to the forward pocket again for a chance for a mark there for St Kilda, and it's Dale Evans. Last line of defence for St Kilda. Collingwood continue to do all the attacking. Chance for Peter Moore in front, and he takes the mark in the second attempt. Trevor Barker's hardly had a mark all day.
Forward pocket, and Craig Davis marks. About 50-odd metres out from goal, goes on the wide arc and screws the ball back in towards full forward. Kink is there, he taps it down towards Morris, who's roving to the pack. A call from Ray Shaw, has a quick look, over his shoulder he fires, and it's Collingwood's 8th goal. And the second goal to Ray Shaw.
McClure has kicked one goal. That's dropping 10 metres short. Oh, Galt! A magnificent leap by Rodney Galt at the back of the pack, and this should bring up a certain goal to the Blues. The first time we've seen the magnificent overhead marking skills of Galt today. He's kicked two.
keeps the ball in. He centres it cleverly. Polkinghorne is there for Hawthorn. So's Roach. Mark paid to Roach. 30. Tigers will look more impressive. 58 is Terry Moore. 8 is Roach. To Bartlett, his first goal, the second for the Tigers. Good play, Roach. Looks for Scott. Fisted away. Down to Knights. Been quiet. It's a better kick by Knights. Right through the centre. Amazing what he does with his right foot.
Roach is down there. Edwards at the back. Roach, good mark. He's kicked 2.
Good cloak, big tough man, awkward looking kicker. Downfield, Scott and Hurd. Hurd got there nicely. Tuck to Matthews. Matthews a wild hand pass, punched down by Ablett. Back it goes to Tuck. Tuck comes through and gets a very favourable bounce. Great pass, Michael Tuck to Peter Knights. Knights across to Goss. Goss beautifully into the goal square and rammed through by Terry Moore. Well, that was the first sign of real team football we've seen from last year's premiers. Stacks on the mill, Monteith underneath a lot of it, shooting. Nicely out to Malthouse. Chance in front, not taken by Payton, picked up by Dunn. Dunn beautifully to Bartlett. That was intelligent football by Emmett Dunn.
Has heard from centre half back, drives it in towards the centre. Tuck interferes there with Dunn. Picked up by Robertson to Burke. Burke will go wide, looking for Naylor and finds him. Good play, Naylor on the wing to Tempany, who misses it. But he kicks it off the ground to Rains, who goes wide to Wood. Tigers running wild. Here's a chance for Wood. He'll run in and score from here. Second bounce, he still wants to go and do it himself. He does. Individual effort by Wood. He's offline.
Ryan Wood, Hurd, Shooty lost it. Rains has got it. Boots it out. Bartlett over his head. Michael Roach.
Centre half back. Boring kick into the wind. Knights in front. Gets a shove as he was trying to mark at the second attempt. Right in the middle of the back. Oh, he's gone on that left foot again to Wallace. Over everyone's head to Moncrief. Manane with a left foot snap. Good one. Good shepherding, Scott. Good goal, Manane.
In the centre of the ground now, Burke. His 8th kick. Long one too. At the back is Edwards. Didn't quite carry to him. Dippia Domenico kicks out of defence. Kicks backwards, in fact. De Wold. His kick short of centre wing. Bounces off Kevin Ablett. Goss. Back to Ablett. Could have taken clean possession, but back to Goss. A loose man now, Polkinghorne at centre wing. Hendry is loose at half forward. The Hawks really having a good turn here. Hendry's kick high into the breeze. Down goes Moncrief. Malthouse gets the handball, but straight to Moncrief. And running onto this one is Wallace for a kick for goal. Straight through the middle. Right on the siren. Tempany. Monteith. Wood. Through the centre go the Tigers. Wood's kick on the run down to full forward. Roach is there in front and marks in front of Kelvin Moore for one of the very few times in this second half. And Roach is lining up for Richmond's first goal in this final quarter. We're into time on. And he kicks well from deliberate shots. And that's goal number 6 to Roach.
Collins, out there is Fitzpatrick. Manjules caught. Out to Wells. There's a flying shot for goal. Carmen again. He may try. He's marked it. What a great mark, Phil Carmen. I thought for a split second he was going to let the ball through by shepherding Southby out of the way, but a very tricky swirling breeze down there. Keogh caught, but without the ball. Klomp. Boyer. Gaunt gets a call from Wells. Great juggle mark by Greg Wells. A play on, so it must be a mark that's taken, and it is by Sheldon. Out towards Heath, he gets a lead from Armstrong. Armstrong showing Wingate a fair pair of heels, takes the mark right across that half-back line. Carlton just working the ball on the attacking wing. Up towards McClure again. Oh, what a mark. Yes, he's going to play it.
He's fourth. We'll come around this defensive wing. You can see the ball coming from behind.
Oh.
And Klomp shepherds him beautifully. And Carmen gets a free kick.
Why is he down there? He's on the wing. And here he goes to lead to bring more into the play. He's been quiet so far. Moyer gets the kick, Melbourne's first attacking move for 10 minutes. Oh, holding it down against Honeybell. Finding it very difficult to juggle and judge that win. Delamata's kick's not a bad one. Down to Honeybell. Oh, didn't he fly? A couple of rockets in each boot then as he took off. Number 2 and Grambo. Oh, Armstrong. Quick pot shot. And Francis, did he mark it in play? He has, right on the siren.
Taken by Jesselenko across to Armstrong with a hand pass. Down towards McClure, Flower dropping in. Punched away by Keogh, goes to Collins. On to McClure, nice lead from Francis. There'll be trouble here to high hand pass, nicely down to Cottogio. He's at centre half forward, grabbed by O'Keefe, and O'Keefe will take the free kick at centre half back.
Good to be following Carmen right down the field. He takes it in the centre, quickly across to Harms. Oh, crunch. He's a tough player, Harms, who was met. Galt, Delamata across his shoulders. Cottogio picks up the scraps and drives it straight through for a beautiful goal.
And Byrne, Fitzpatrick easily. There's Carmen. Was claimed like a long-lost relative by at least 3 Carlton defenders. A bounce. Again Fitzpatrick and Byrne, and again Fitzpatrick. This is Moyer. Moyer still straightens up and barrels, and it's a goal.
Jeff Southey on the end of another 3.
Out to Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's upended after he kicked the ball. Advantage free kick will go to Armstrong. It's on out there, you can see it.
And they're after one person, you can back that in.
Have a look at that, arms and legs everywhere.
The first time that Phil Carmen's been involved in something like this season, I believe.
He's still there, and so is Fitzpatrick. And they were the 2 that were initially involved.
There's Carmen.
The advantage free kick should be paid to... Hello, there's another blue further down the field. Still Carmen, but things have died down. The free kick has got to stand back.
By Hendry. He's done some good things since he came on. Not too good on the right boot, so he handballs to Eade. Eade from centre half forward, a long kick. Scott is there, still in play. Handballs back cleverly to Moncrief. Over the shoulder. Oh, what a goal by Mike Moncrief.
Disappointing shot. Kicked the behind earlier. One of 4 the Tigers have scored. They lead by 16 points to 8. They've doubled Hawthorn's score. Knights is there. He's got 3 opponents. One of them, Robertson, takes the mark. Well done. Graham Robertson making his return to the Tigers after a season with West Adelaide. In front of the members' pavilion at half forward. Driving the Tigers deep into attack. Roach is the leaper. Oh, spectacular mark by Roach. Over the top of Moore. Michael Roach kicked Richmond's first goal from almost the same position, about 20 metres out directly in front. Inspirational play by the young forward. It's here for Eade, who's in front of Wood. Eade will straighten up and drive the ball cleverly across the ground. It's marked by Matthews. Good play, Eade, finding Matthews right at centre half forward.
Good left footer up to half forward. Knights is there. Went up with one hand. Matthews has been a good rover. Ayres gets the handball to Ablett. On to Matthews, but a bad bounce. Here's Moncrief. And a good handball out wide, finding Eade. On the left boot, the short pass to Matthews. That barely covered 10 metres, but the umpire allows the mark.
Matthews, he'll run. Right up to centre half forward. Long kick by Matthews has put Hawthorn in front. For the first time in the match, the brilliant Matthews.
40 metres. Over the top it goes. Not a good one. Matthews with it. Lots of trouble. Beautifully done. Goal to Matthews. Wanders around. Does it so easily. Look for a hand pass. Nobody there. And number 3 gets his 3rd goal.
He's hooked it badly. Moncrief couldn't judge it. In the goal square to Matthews. Screws it back. for his 4th goal. Comes off hands to Ablett, not penalised that time. Knights to Matthews. Will it be his 5th goal? It is. Magnificent effort by Matthews. Plays 4 of them and some. Matthews plays them with one hand and some.
Got in their foot, a great pass. Lethal Lee almost made it with a desperate lunge. What's he doing, says the umpire. He's going to bounce it as Malthouse has been a great contester against his illustrious opponent. Scott and Kershaw. Scott again. Matthews, goal will shoot. And goal will kick for number 6.
Oh, at the back is Wallace, wide open for Hawthorn. Matthews and Moncrief. Matthews takes a magnificent overhead grab. Out at centre wing is Eade. To half forward, Matthews. Yes, he was playing on, so Malthouse came to him, but Matthews around him easily. Lines up for goal again. Bang! What a kick! Goal number 7 for Lee Matthews in a magnificent performance.
Nain. Matthews and Malthouse. And Matthews again. Looking for Hendry. To Goss, to Moncrief. Bounces off his chest to Matthews. Says, I'll do it myself. And he misses that time. That's 7 goals, 3 to Matthews.
Yeah. Right, are we right to go? Well, Alex, when you played your first game with Carlton, what were your ambitions at that stage?
Well, my ambitions at that stage were not very great. Really, I probably got a little bit more ambitious as the years have gone on. But at that stage, I was a little bit dubious whether I'd be making the side, whether I'd get into the side, whether I'd be a regular player. And all I said, I'd give it a go, and if I didn't make it, well, I didn't make it. But if I did, I'd stay. And as the years went on, then I started to get a little bit of ambitions, like to get 100 games, to get 200 games, to play in premiership sides and that kind of stuff.
Well, what do you remember about your first game?
I remember the crowd. It was my biggest impression that I got from the crowd, was the big crowd. And there's only 25,000 people there, and we played Fitzroy. And when I ran out in the ground, I could hear this noise in my ears. And it was, all I was used to in Canberra was a toot-tooting of a car horn. And here it was unbelievable, and that kept with me until the following Thursday. It was just that noise.
Well, you migrated from the Ukraine with your parents. You lived in Canberra. You played soccer and rugby before choosing Australian rules. What prompted you to take up Australian rules?
Mainly my friends, Clark. I was playing soccer and rugby with the school. And my friends around where I lived in the suburb, well, they started playing Australian rules. And at that stage, I said, oh, well, I might as well go with them rather than playing soccer with rugby with the school. I played with my friends, and I've enjoyed it, and I haven't looked back since then.
Well, what were the circumstances leading up to you joining Carlton?
Well, I had offers from other clubs, and to get to Carlton, I spoke to my wife's uncle, and he was the president of the Canberra Australian National Football League, and we went through all the sides that were here, and he suggested that I come to Carlton because they had no forwards. They had a good back line, centre line, and they had no forwards, and for me to step into the side and get a chance, he said, go to Carlton. And that's why I came to Carlton.
Who's been the biggest influence on you in your career?
Undoubtedly Ron Barassi. When he first came, I didn't know what struck me, really. He was such a... Well, he wasn't a hard man. He was... Well, he just wanted things done, and he wanted it done his way. And, you know, I'd run through a brick wall for Barras, and I know I was learning, and the only way I could learn was to just do as you're told.
Have you adopted some of the Barassi coaching principles?
Well, most assuredly I have. You know, he has left a big impression on me, and most of his things that he said before, I still get them out there on the field to do. Plus a few of my own, plus a few of Big Nick's and Ian Thorogood's and Ian Stewart's and Kennedy's. John Kennedy's and a bit of Tommy Hafey. So I've learned from them all. Plus I get a bit of my own.
What's been your biggest thrill in football?
The 3 grand finals that we've played in, that's the pinnacle, that's the ultimate, is the grand finals, and the biggest disappointment has been the losing grand final. So, you know, really people don't understand how you feel when you do finally achieve something, and when you've gone through all the sweat and the pain during the summer months and all through the year, and then you come to one final game, and when you win it, you expect to be that elated, but that elation doesn't come till later on. On that particular day, you've drained all your energy, and you feel flat after the grand final, and then as the weeks go on, you kind of get more and more elated.
Well, you must have some unfulfilled ambitions.
Well, I would like to play 300 games, Clark. I'd like to coach a premiership side. They're the immediate ones.
Well, has football changed much since you started playing?
Yes, it's become quicker, much quicker. That's about all, I'd say. The swiftness of movement of the ball, plus the guys, the players today, have to be quick with the feet. Otherwise, they'll run around you. If you're slow, they will run around you.
Well, have you still got the spring in your step to take those spectacular marks that we know that you can take? Do you feel that you're slowing down at all, or can you still get up for those big ones?
I haven't been up for those big ones for a long, long time. If they're there, I'll go for them, but I've changed my game a little bit more. I'm a defender now, and I virtually punch. I get in front and try to get the front position rather than take the big high screamer. I know I like to try them still, but they don't come off too often, so I'll leave that to the young guys with the big springs.
So the Magpies getting out of trouble there. 5th kick for Woolno. Falling short. Robbins should mark this. He does at the 2nd attempt, right in the centre of the ground. He's played pretty well. Play on's the call. And what for? Kick number 6 for Robbins. High, Madden. Have it fisted away by both Austin and Moore. Scrimmage. Out comes Watson. Electrifying pace. Beautiful hand pass. Will the bounce favour Hurd? He does. He runs in and blazes it through. And Essendon are back in front.
Worthington's a good kick. Max Crow's got the chance. Oh, didn't he do it well, too, over the top of Moore. Grandstand side, back towards centre wing. Great leap by King. Well played there, Neil Danaher. Cross to Captain Fletcher, a dazzling pass, and great mark, Terry Danaher. That was a bullet pass from Fletcher.
Nagel's got tons of pace. Keenan. Oh, great mark, Crackers, right on the boundary line. Plays on, good football. Robbins directly in front, and he did that oh so skillfully.
Kink loves to kick left foot as well. Look at that one down towards the pocket. Scanlon front position. Outmanoeuvred almost that time by Stewart. Play goes on as they're battling for it now as Davis. Davis then screws it back towards, and well played that time by Bennett. Out wide it goes and picked up there by Ray Shaw. A miraculous shot for goal and puts it through.
Hawthorn back into attack, Moncrief out. Chipping in was Warren Jones, out of the pack to Dennis Collins, to Mackay. Great football, Carlton out of defence. Up into the half-forward line, McClure, Katoggio, brilliantly done. Goes one way, threads the hand pass to Fitzpatrick. A goal coming up.
But Jesselenko was on hand. Carlton's overuse of handball brought them undone last week. Sheldon finds Towns, Armstrong too long, they've lost it. Armstrong slip through, 30 metres out, lines up, in goals.
Scott and Fitzpatrick. Scott, the tap. Towns, good first quarter. First kick, second quarter. Harms. Oh, and he's got plenty of paddock. The lead from Galt. No, can't mark.
Tuck kicks the ball back into play, looking for the lead from Knights. Oh, a runch. How do you like that? That's really flattened Matthews. He's groaning. It's knocked all the wind out of him.
The ball eludes him. He comes back. He was pushed in the back. Jezelenko tries to get the hand pass away. Jeff Ablett duels there. Comes out to Russo. No, that was Eade. Eade can't pick it up. Now it's Russo. Off the left boot. Shoots for goal. Is it going to be a goal? It is. Oh!
Malone's kicking the ball from the centre of the ground. Hawthorn will go for the long kick. The breeze is not assisting either end really at the moment. Or Heath. Knights now at full forward. Moncrief to centre half forward as Eade peeks up, has a quick look and a pot shot. Knights flying in from the side. Good mark in the centre of that pack. What a great game. No one's done more in this match than Alex Jezelenko.
Centre wing, member side. The ruckman centres to O'Donnell. Over the head of Gaunt to Fowler. Fowler in towards Wells. Wells, a beautiful one-handed catch.
Byrne, knocked away from him. Socket forward by Dietrich, and it comes to Flower. He feigns the handball and drives for goal. A magnificent kick by Robert Flower. What a goal!
Bursts through a pack on his wrong kicking foot. Towards Muggerman. Can't handle it. Speeding away there is Allen. He could kick a goal from here if he tries, but he can't. It was off balance at the back. Beecroft. Oh, what a mark! Byrne again. Thumped by McCarthy straight to Ditterich. Oh, lovely mark. Moyer.
Alexander, who infringed last time and gave away a goal, beaten this time by Dietrich, and it comes upfield to Byrne, who's been an outstanding big man, really. Carmen on the bounce, sure hands, a great handball. Here's a goal. Whitford.
From Fitzroy's back pocket towards their centre wing. Oh, a big mark from behind by Serafini. Poynton. O'Keefe. Wilson has recovered. Max Richardson. Goals. What a goal that was.
Great courage. What a future he has. And he forces a ball up at centre half forward for Melbourne. Bounce favours Alexander, but Dittrich did well. Byrne, a long kick. Carmen's down there with Moyer. Carmen, what a mark! Fabulous fill. And at the 9-minute mark in the last quarter, when the game is so close and Melbourne lead by a point, the lead has changed 13 times. That's the sort of thing that can just about swing a game. Alexander contesting with Dittrich. Dittrich won that and got a second tap at it. Carmen now having a run on the ball. The handball comes to him. Through goes O'Donnell. Down goes Taylor. Still with O'Donnell. Great handball out wide. And here goes Melbourne again. Healy's shot for goal is there. A magnificent goal by the Demons from the centre bounce. Well, as you could see, the two games that we had were pretty fair matches indeed, and here are some more highlights from the two games.
In front of him, dashing here by Boys, swings round to get himself onto his left foot to kick, aims it at Blight, surrounded by Carlton defenders, looking out for a grab, Glendinning.
Chance here for Croswell. In goes Francis and picks up for Carlton, back to Armstrong. His kick to centre half forward, bouncing in no man's land. Here comes McClure and Harms, out to Jezelenko from Harms. He breaks the tackle of Montgomery and lines up for goal. Awkward kick to half forward. McClure is there with Dench. Well played, David Dench. Oh, great football. Finally overruns it, but picks up. Still going with David Dench. He drives it forward to Blight with Southby. Southby punching straight into the arms of Ick, and well smothered by Mangels. Schimmelbusch. But it's all Carlton back in defence. Well done, Southby, and the ball out of bounds. And we saw some champions involved then with Southby and David Dench.
Throw in. North Melbourne's forward pocket. Fitzpatrick palms the ball down, can't find the rover. Schimmelbusch, an awkward angle though. Oh, beauty! Oh.
Sutton straight up the ground looking for Dempsey. Outnumbered 2-1, and McClure takes a great mark over him.
And the scores are level at the 9-minute mark in the second term.
Mangels in the back pocket from Southby's kick. Up towards centre wing, Fitzpatrick. Oh, great mark. Mark Fitzpatrick is having his best year since coming from Western Australia.
North Melbourne go backwards a lot to set up their handball and also their forward movements, but Jarrett goes straight ahead this time. The Glendinning will fly, and oh, great mark.
North Melbourne leading by 7 points as Sutton kicks in. Galt let them go for it, and Blight tapped down towards Ick, and it's wide open for North Melbourne as McCann slips the handball to Gregg. He can take another bounce and another unless Mackay comes to him. Eventually Mackay does, but he leaves Glendinning unmarked. A left foot kick to the goal square. Dempsey!
Off on the run. Alexander in front of Scott. Beautifully done, Alexander. Beautifully done. Out it goes to the little fellow, Taylor. Taylor a long one across to McCarthy. McCarthy tackled by Tuck, tackled by Moncrief, breaks away eventually at centre half back, boots him out of danger.
To centre half forward, Wilson. Oh, magnificent mark. Right half back for Hawthorn on the junction side of the oval. Good kick to centre half forward. In front, McCarthy. Easily. Here's a beautiful kick, McCarthy. Going across Muggerman. Oh, one-hander. Was caught playing on. Gets it back towards Quinlan. Quinlan has Wilson free but decides to shoot for goal and puts it through. What a goal, Bernie Quinlan!
21 minutes into the second term. Moore gets it down to Goss. He gets one right over the ear as Allen streaks away with it for Fitzroy. That's a place to kick the football. Beecroft interferes.
Quinlan. Kelvin Moore. Norm Goss. David O'Halloran. Onto Manane, he's good football. Manane, a beautiful pass to Moncrief. That is super football by Hawthorn. Goss caught, gets boot to ball. Serafini comes through. Scott picks up, runs into a goal.
And well down from the wing. Looks for McCarthy. Polkinghorne there to spoil. McCarthy, second bite, takes the mark strongly. Plays on. Goes to the defensive side of the ground. Beautiful use of the ball. Wilson. Stop me running. What lovely football.
And the leading goal kickers, Malcolm Blight. Templeton, who kicked 8 for a total of 29. Well, Peter Jones, back in the league side for Carlton, was again an inspiration. He took 2 fine marks for 2 goals in the last quarter, and one of them is our mark of the day. Dempsey's been tireless, but Dool comes out with the ball, and the handball goes across to Katoggio it was, and here's a big leap by Jones, and Big Purse has taken a magnificent mark right in front of goal, with Carlton down by 5 points, and a straight kick from Big Purse, just back from 2 weeks in the reserve, would put the Blues back in front. And the day. But in the closing titles, watch for the effervescent Brent Croswell, who in his return to league football almost came physical with umpire Ian Robinson.
Drives it across towards to Towns. A nice blind turn there, and the flick back to Collins. Long handball to Cottogio, but it's got a bit of backspin on it. He didn't get away with it well. Long kick towards Galt. Punched away, though. This is Harms. And this is Sheldon. Sheldon into an open goal. If he kicks it, it'll be a beauty. Oh. Great football, Ken Sheldon.
Highlights of the two games that we'll be able to show you now.
As Harms leads in the race for the ball, he has Baker and Colling close by. He's got the ball across to Keogh cleverly. That's good football by Harms. Keogh short to Fitzpatrick. He moves beautifully for a big man. He screws another snap at goal. Off hands, and Sheldon kicked the ball through for a goal. Brilliant play, Sheldon. Just got his boot to the ball.
Taken there by Jeffrey Southby. Southby off with his left foot in the Keogh direction. Carter comes out. Harms above him. Nice play, Harms. Beautifully done. Steadies and boots it downfield. David Mackay running with the flight of it. Barry Breener's there. Mackay clever. Beautifully done out to Sheldon. Sheldon for goal and puts it through.
The short pass to Cottogio. Bounces in front of him, so they'll lose it for sure. He bounces it. That's good play, Cottogio. McClure. Yes, he's taken the mark. A good effort. Perovic got plenty of room. Has a good look to make sure he's in open territory. Down again he goes. Straightens up. Nice shepherding by Colling as Perovic goes infield now, and another shocking kick. Bounce eludes Southby. In comes Callery. Short, wide of Thomas. Mildenhall. He could kick it off the ground. He does. And he's put it through. Scores a level.
Great kick, but underneath it Burns, who's got a good leap. Well played, nicely played by Saru. Down it goes towards the pocket, and well played Thomas. St Kilda outplaying Carlton at this stage. Thomas tries the short pass, side bottoms the target, and beautifully done. Big bottom stuck out, and arms well forward in front of the body.
Mackay in plenty of trouble. One hand, Sheldon. He took it away from Armstrong. That's who it was directed at. Sheldon, possibly a little too far out to score. 19th kick, best goal scorer with 4 so far. Jezelenko, magnificent. Unbelievable. That's 3 superb marks he's taken in attack in this third term. As Kellery takes his 20th kick. One with a left boot finds Stevens at centre half back. It's a very dull, dark day. As I mentioned, we have the lights on here at VFL Park. Duperuzal also been a good kick winner for St Kilda around Towns. From the centre of the ground to side bottom. Can he handle the ball? He does beautifully. The big fellow straightens up and he's put it through. That's his 3rd goal. He played it magnificently. Boarded half forward for Carlton. Members side. The Blues leading by 5 points. 26.5 minutes into the second term. Down to McConville, who's dispossessed. Duperuzal, been a bit quieter this second term. Across the ground, Saru. Slong and strong. Callery tries to fist it on. Mangel's there. Now Austin takes it away for Carlton. And there's Fitzpatrick and Saru having a little howdy-do behind play. Ken Quinn is the adjudicator. Up to their elbows. Let's get back to the football.
Higgins to half-back, Alexander and Dempsey. Dempsey at the back. Ebert leading from the goal square. Schimmelbusch going for distance. Corns at the back. 1 touch, 2 touches, and a mark to Graham Corns.
Serafini chasing Blight. Oops, down he goes. Look at the balance of the man. Good kick down to Boyce. Cross ball. Oh, what a leap.
Gone for the ball between Ebert and Harris. And Muggovan is there as well. It's Noel Muggovan for Fitzroy. Upfield, Irwin, centre wing. Nobody within cooey of him. Got to touch it rather than bounce it on this wet ground. Eventually, after 35 metres, to Beecroft, who marks. The number of times North players are being caught with the ball has got nothing to do with the wind. They're being outplayed at the moment. As Alexander's kick to centre wing, McCarthy high. At the back, Quinlan, a good handball to O'Keefe. It's wide open for Fitzroy. It went behind Wilson. A further handball to O'Keefe. This could be Fitzroy's 3rd goal in this quarter. Now Max Richardson, an open run for goal. What a goal by Fitzroy.
Must kick it. Oh, it's a shocker. Caught. Comprehensive. Here goes Fitzroy again. On to Wilson. He's got a paddock. Henshaw going to meet him. Wilson drives for goal and bangs it. Oh, behind badly.
It was last week. Quickly the handball finds Taylor to centre wing where Hanson's there and Dempsey over the back to mark.
On to Greg. Greg looking for Blight. Blight centres. That's all you could say about it. Out comes Higgins. The handball to Harris. No. Yes. Away goes Harris. Looking for McCarthy, who should mark. Comes out with a pack with it anyway. Just drops a little dribbler in to nobody in particular. Good reading it well.
Now we have a look at the leading goal kickers for this. Perhaps it wasn't a great day for marking with a blustery wind and wet surface making the ball greasy, but Bob Beecroft, the Fitzroy full forward who had such a quiet first half, really got airborne to take this mark at Arden Street. Half forward for Fitzroy. McCarthy against Nolan. Two-handed by McCarthy. Nolan was over his shoulder and the free kick will go to McCarthy.
Good body positioning by McCarthy then, Drew. We got his frame in front, seeing that the ball was thrown in short.
Kick dropping a bit short with the breeze. Beecroft! What a magnificent mark. Getting the ride on Kerry Good, who's been switched back onto him at full-back in this last quarter. Beecroft kickless in the first quarter, goalless in the first half, kicked 3 in the 3rd quarter, and now for number 4. In the comfort in front of the fireside perhaps, and didn't have to put up with the conditions that we had to. It was really the depths of autumn, probably should have been the middle of winter. We now leave you with the goal of the day, one that you've seen just a couple of minutes ago. It was kicked at VFL Park by the big St Kilda forward Gary Sidebottom, and certainly when he fires, St Kilda will be looking a much better team. And this is a great pick-up and kick for goal by a big man. And have a look in the closing titles. We've done a bit of a feature on Brent Croswell. There's certainly never a dull moment when Brent's anywhere near the ball, and he was prepared to talk to anyone because he talked to opponents, a woman in the crowd, and also umpire Mike Dye.
For St Kilda, around Towns, from the centre of the ground to side bottom. Can he handle the ball? He does beautifully. The big fellow straightens up and he's put it through. That's his 3rd goal. He played it magnificently and he's inspiring his side.
Beautiful day it was on the first winter Saturday of the season, and the conditions and the talent produced top-class play.
Rollings. He's been in everything like pepper and salt. Across Worthington to the back must mark. No, knocked away from him. Still free. Bartlett sock as a goal. It had to be.
Oh, gee, that player was... Yes, it is a goal. Monteith caught in the tackle by Olsen, gets the handball away. Tempany centering to Malthouse. Wobbly old kick off the side. Cloak.
So they're 5-6 to Richmond 3-7.
Grandstand side from Jenkinson's kick. In front, White, who's had a grand game. He breaks away from Tempany and kicks for goal and has put it through.
Lee straight to Wearmouth. Wearmouth to Olsen. Can't claim it. And the handball hits Shaw. Back to Wearmouth. A shot for goal. And he's popped it through.
Trying to soccer the ball away. It's still in play. Still a chance for Collingwood. As it's gathered well out there by Craig Davis. He steadies and kicks for goal. What a kick! A great kick by Craig Davis. All Collingwood there. Ray Shaw, right half forward, lines up for goal. A penetrating kick to the goal square. And Jess, a magnificent mark in defence. Not bad to get over a player who's 6'6" or 7. Peter Moore, beautiful torpedo punt. Kink very high. And Davis at the back marks.
Hurd. Pinched by Byrne. Derek Shaw. Oh, what a great catch.
Back in field to Robertson, who dodges. Too good on the left hand with the handball. Bartlett. Very high kick. Cloak. Good mark. Kick by Robertson. Short of centre wing. Lee in front. Moore at the back. Moore 1, 2, 3 grabs and a mark.
He'll look for Blake. No, Sarah there. He's got tons of support. Weaves his way through beautifully. Looks for Newman. And Newman said to Preston, leave it. That's his 5th mark. On to Burns with a hand pass. Looking for Donahue. One-hander. Great mark, Larry.
As Evans for South Melbourne breaks away with a beautiful hand pass to find Rantel moving down the field. A trip there. Thompson's number 2. Recovered it somehow. Gets the long hand pass to a man in position. That's Murphy. And Murphy put it right through. And O'Neill for South Melbourne has a little run. Then to Santuck on the wing. He decides to have a run on the half-forward line. And let's go with a long kick towards goal. It's swinging out into the pocket. Clever mark there to Mr. Michael Smith. Rover Cousins takes it. Up to the flank towards Turner. He's got the front running here. Look at him go as he makes up his mind what he'll do with it. A left foot kick to Donahue and Newman. Across to a smaller, faster player in Neil and then down to centre half forward. Oh, Sam Newman again.
Browning on the right again. That was good play by the fullback. Great mark taken by Michael Smith. He's kicked 4 goals for South Melbourne. The type of player they need. Here's a chance. Evans, he can run right in now. Through centre half forward. Onto Hounsell. Onto Morrison. He can line up. He does. And it's a goal.
Easily taken. Left foot nicely by Shaw. Shaw down in the Madden direction. In front, the chances there for Scott. Scott kicks off ground when he fumbles. Down towards the pocket. Tumbling over once again. Tackled by Fletcher. It was Hendry. Hand pass comes out to Tuck. Tuck tries the short pass across to Wallace. And Wallace drops it. Picked up by Scott. Scott's about centre half forward. Shoots for goal with a beauty.
Hurry up, Bennett, and get back or you'll be penalised a further 15 metres. Moncrief is in front. There's Jones. Goss with a right foot snap. Hawthorn's second goal.
Nicely taken by Keenan. Keenan back in the direction of DeWold behind the pack and Scott's there too in front. All nicely done, Hawker. In a flash it goes out wide to Day. Day across the face of goal and racing after it here is Danaher. Gathers it beautifully. Terry Danaher shoots for goal and puts it through. From behind is Jones, outmarked brilliantly by Neil Danaher. Across to Gary Foles. Foles tries to get it wide to Robbins and is successful. Robbins then back towards the centre of the ground. Simon Madden will go the big leap and hits it down towards Hawker. Hawker's got tons of time now to steady and send a long one down, looking for Terry Danaher. 2-1 against Danaher, and he beats them both. Gives it to Bandahar. Bandahar shoots for goal and puts it through.
Tuck runs around him. And goes to centre half forward. Keenan and Matthews, neither. Neil Danaher. Good use of the ball towards Crow. Fletcher, the Essendon skipper. Bennett and Di Domenico. Good use of the body by Bennett. Gets around Wilton. Beautiful play. He finds Mansfield right at centre half forward, and he wore that one. And the Well says I was going for the ball. 15-metre penalty.
Well, I think he was.
And if South Melbourne officials have watched for a total of 36, and next behind them is Michael Roach, who hasn't played for the last fortnight, and he has a total of 34. Well, often we feature the big men taking tall marks in the mark of the day, but this time we can go for the smaller variety, and this player's using an opponent to get up, and it's Geelong's Jeff Cassidy.
Geelong had a lead of 38 points at the start of the quarter. Now South are only 2 goals behind. Hummel. Going forward again. Morrison been a great player. South welcome his return to the side this week. Oh, look at that mark from Cassidy. Thank you very much. Someone's back. The ride.
Pleased to give the little blokes a game. I hope you've enjoyed the action in our 3 games in VFL football, and will join us again next week for more highlights of the games. Just before closing, in the closing titles tonight, a bit of extra value at Collingwood with a parachuting display before the game. But first, we leave you with the goal of the day, and it was 1 of 8, kicked by the Collingwood full forward Craig Davis.
Valley picks up. Banks back to Valley. Out wide. Craig Davis in the forward pocket. Spills one. Has another chance. Kicks for goal. Oh, magnificent goal by Craig Davis. His 7th. Moore's kick to half forward. King with Klomp. King, oh, strong hands. It's his first decisive touch though. Drives it towards the goal square. Derek Shaw is there. Oh, in front, magnificent Jeff Southby. One hand. McCormack gets it out of trouble. Good football, Woolno. Over the centre. Jezelenko! Old-time Jezza.
Fitzpatrick on his own here. Allowed to take it, kick over the shoulder, back towards goal. What a goal that was!
Right half forward for Collingwood. Valley again, gets in another kick. Hasn't covered distance. Oh, beautifully inboard to Ray Shaw. And what a handball to Kink. Kink around one, lines up with the left boot, and kicks a great goal for Collingwood.
The fist of Southby, straight to King. Just shrugs off the tackle again. On to Banks. Into the goal square. Derek Shaw, great mark. Mangels, what a mark! And turn to Banks. Ray Shaw back to Banks, or back to White. White just ran into a brick wall named Mangels and was given a free kick for putting the ball on the ground. No, he's given a free kick the other way. Well, justify that if you can.
Kick by White, landing 30 metres short. Paddled out by Derek Shaw. The handball by Ray Shaw upfield to Davis, who snaps the goal and puts it through.
McCormack from centre-half back towards the centre of the ground. Austin very high. Taken away from the pack by Klomp. A long running kick. McClure at the back. Oh! Oh, what a mark!
Back again, and this time it's all Carlton. Trevor Keogh onto Doull. Doull out to the leading McClure, and oh, what a lovely pass. Good mark. McClure booms it back inboard. Fitzpatrick and Worthington. Fitzpatrick again! To centre wing. McConville high in there. Can't pull it down. Carlton players get in each other's way. Harms emerges with a ball. Boots it up towards McClure and McCormick. Picked up nicely by Towns. Fed on the mark to Catoggio in the goal on his own. Gets the ball, kicks it through, and it's a goal. It's hit the post. It has hit the post. You couldn't believe it.
Put on Reed, didn't have it. Fitzroy with a handball. This is good stuff as it gets into the arms of McMahon. McMahon puts a beautiful pass to Beecroft, who's already kicked 2 from 2 shots. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Oh, it's a bad bounce. Give Fitzroy every chance then. Wilson flicks the ball onwards towards the Springvale right end. Reed, the handball of the man coming through. Oh, that was good play there by Murray, actually, who kicked the ball towards their half-forward line. He's caught in number 29, and a good tackle put on him. He's still in possession, but gets rid of it cleanly. Good play, Templeton to Morrison. Now Footscray look as though they've got something.
Fitzroy 42, Footscray 20, 14.5 minutes second quarter. On to Fowler. Delayed the hand pass to Quinlan, which I think was probably the wrong thing to do. Wrong-footed, taken by Perasic. Up towards Morrison and Templeton. And Templeton it is who's taken the mark with his socks down. Out wide to Dunstan. He can run right in. There's nobody there. Have a ton of time to look. Fires, and it's a goal to Footscray. Kelly. Harris. There's O'Keefe again. Stoneham. Had a fair few kicks, but hasn't done a great deal with them. 14th kick. Up. Good mark by Bristow. It's being paid.
But it was Smith for Fitzroy who cleared it through Serafini now, and will come back to Alexander. Huffing and puffing as he gets the kick back into the centre of the ground. McCarthy with a hack away from his opponent. The pass down to Richardson on the half-forward flank was a beauty. Here they go with a handball. Quinlan, centre player, has a long... He can kick it easily from here, but unselfishly he's going into a teammate in Fowler. And Fowler out towards O'Keefe, and O'Keefe back towards Beecroft. He just lay back in the armchair. And
out of the full.
Miles away. Yeah.
10th kick to low. Won't even make the distance, which was a poor attempt. That's Hansen. He's marked in defence. Gets a call out wide from Harris, but it's going to drop into Serafini's hands. He'll probably go for Harris. Oh, a good smother there by Hawkins. Serafini's got to double back and go for a scrubby old kick to O'Keefe. Templeton behind. Won't have too much trouble outmarking the smaller O'Keefe.
Outer side of the ground is his choice again. Then straight down the centre. Captain Dittridge the mark. Saru punches away brilliantly past Callery. Picked up nicely, then driven downfield by Green. Side bottom. Magnificent juggling mark.
Wells also goes short and finds Healy, who goes inside to Clayton, and he slips over at the crucial moment. Tweedale takes it off him, tries to get it out to Duperuza. Wells goes after it again. Still going after it is Wells. He'll do it himself. Yes, he will. He ignores Tom Flower. Breen in front. Robert Elliott. Breen. Moyer. Slipping and sliding. Robbie Flower will run in and kick a goal. He does beautifully.
There's an opportunity now for Baker again. Back it goes to Callery. Callery forced into a high one downfield. Here comes Mr. Contester. Mark. Beautiful mark. Laurie Fowler, I think.
Smith. Out to Whitford. Back to Smith is good play. Dullard and Perovic. Robbie Flower. Pretty hard man to stop. Another hard man to stop is Wells. Goes long. Moyer and Breen. Moyer! Magnificent! Beautiful! Melbourne in front by 15 points after they'd led by 22 at half-time and 6 at quarter-time. Fowler, superb play. Dullard. Robert Elliott. Melbourne looking better again.
Picken tried to mark and messed it up. Here's Moore dropping back in defence to Worthington. Magro, Keogh approaching but not quickly enough. Hanbury. Mangels, what a mark! Fitzpatrick on his own here, allowed to take it, kick over the shoulder, back towards goal. What a goal that was! Oh, there'll be some messages come out from the Collingwood back line now.
The grand defender, Ali DeWald, over centre wing. Punch out by Morrison. Comes to Russo. Handballing to no one. Knights went without it. Good handball by Hawkins. Hoffman
Around the neck.
It's taken upfield by Wilton. Carlton now for Footscray. To centre half forward. It's all Hawthorn. Kennedy and Marks.
Good mark.
Coming through Jennings with pace. Speeds away up the ground. Again over in the Berry direction this time, and Berry a good mark. Had Cordy going through, straightens up and fires for goal, and that's a goal to Footscray. Good cohesive football. Whitten looking for Templeton at the back. A mark. No, it's not. Hoffman on to Hawkins, on to Bristow, and Bristow kicks it out into Sydney Road.
Big kick by Murray. Scott one hand to it. Down to Wallace. Wallace's short pass which hits Moylan on the back of the head. Back to Don Scott. Manane, snap for goal is a goal.
Bursting through Moylan. Oh, and a long torpedo punt in the direction of Bristow, who's not overburdened with pace but managed to get boot to ball. Coming across Abbey. Templeton, the snapshot, a goal! It's kicking into the teeth of a gale at the back, Templeton, and he's marked. What a lovely mark.
Matthews drives it long to Martello now at full forward. And a good mark. Big Al, an important cog in the Hawthorn wheel. Centres the ball. Manane! Oh, what a mark! Good long kick by Murray, just short of centre wing. Oh, and a fine mark at the back by Stoneham. Kick by Stoneham to half forward. At the back, Berry. Up with Knights. The ball on the ground picked up by Whitten. The short pass looking for Hoffman. Oh, gets away from Kelvin Moore and kicks for goal. And has put it through. 3-1 to Footscray, no score. Hawthorn leading by 5 points. The Scots tap out is taken by Kelly. On to Lowe at half forward. He centres the ball. Hoffman with DeWald. And Knights over the top of both of them for a magnificent mark.
Here it's all Hawthorn. Matthews in the direction of Russo. Slams it back to Martello. The first bouncer, another goal.
This is Ray Shaw. This is Grambo for Melbourne to boot them out of trouble. A short one to Baker. Just taken his 10th mark. Straight out to the wing. Elliott. Beautiful pass to Elliott. Mayo, rather, to Tom Flower. And Melbourne are a long way from goal, but they're looking good. They're getting better as the match goes along, and the third quarter was a beauty. Flower. What a smashing mark to Robert Flower. He's been a star on the forward line. That's his 10th mark. Baker with 10 marks. Melbourne matching Collingwood everywhere on the ground. They're certainly not getting away from them. Possibly their biggest lead has been a dozen points or so. Oh, McCormack was crunched at the ground, but didn't stop Collingwood from moving that ball around the flank. Valley runs into position well, and he's put down. That's two Collingwood players in a row. Melbourne are really hitting them with everything. Weirmouth in the centre. A call from the flank there from teammate Olsen. The forward pocket to Derek Shaw, and the ball's spilled out of bounds. Scoreboard: Melbourne 7-14, Collingwood 8-13.
Baker leads. He's got a double back. It wasn't a good pass. Moore coming in. Flowers there too. Two number twos. Valley. As Olsen got in Valley's way. Out towards Tony Shaw it goes. Sullivan. Sammy's between Weirmouth and Olsen. Sullivan does it beautifully there. Up to centre half forward it goes. Magro up, gets the ball down, and here's a chance now for Moyer. He's screaming into goal. Gets away from McCormack, lines up, and has missed again. Fowler. Knock on by Derek Shaw. Out to Ray Shaw. He thought about soccering the ball. Gets up, fires away like a Collingwood skipper should, and thanks it through for Collingwood's sixth goal.
Well taken by Taylor again. Taylor's at centre half back. Boots it out wide, looking for McMahon. A great kick, and McMahon takes the mark.
McMahon onto Fowler, back to McMahon. They're lucky to get out of that. Onto Richardson. Richardson from wide of centre half forward, back to McMahon. He can run in and score from there. He does. Magnificent passage of play.
Neil has had his colours lowered by Irwin. Neil downfield. John Newman, a nice leap. Here comes Sarah from Blake, from Donahue. Well done to Cousins, and that was great football.
Hanson and Featherby. Good play by Matthews. That's strong play. Donahue and Serafini, two out. Serafini in front. Sarah dangerous, lurking, screws it through for a goal. There's always danger there. Alexander and Mossop running the same way. Too far for Burns. There's McMahon. Oh yes, beautifully done, McMahon. That's a long kick into the wind. McCarthy and Hawkins. McCarthy, pay the mark. No, he doesn't. Out to Beecroft. Bit slow. There's a chance. Fowler. Great play. Beecroft, Richardson, Fowler.
Blake downfield. Turner and Alexander. Well played, Harris. Well tackled, Burns. Jerry McCarthy moving beautifully. A long flying shot. A magnificent goal. Nicely taken by Neil. Got time to go further if he wants to. He kicks out to Michael Turner. Behind there's a chance now for Featherby. Featherby to open territory where Donahue and Serafini. Punched by Big Sam, tackled by Harris, and it was a magnificent tackle. And the little fellow and Sam having a scuffle.
They all fall over at the crucial moment. And now here's Allen. Now he'll run and he'll almost get himself into a scoring position. He's still going. Still going. Scoring position for Allen. Not quite. Almost though. Did it clear the pack or not? Touched it was right on the line.
Bounces towards Mossop. Mossop towards Cousins. Cousins towards Newman. Newman back to Burns. Burns a short pass to Donahue. Well played Serafini left. Well played Donahue. Steadies himself. Kicks and kicks for goal and kicks very well. Hit the post. Well, that was bad luck for the big fellow.
This is Ray Shaw. This is Grambo for Melbourne to boot them out of trouble. A short one to Baker. Just taken his 10th mark. Straight out to the wing. To Elliott. Beautiful pass to Elliott, by Elliott rather, to Tom Flower. And Melbourne are a long way from goal, but they're looking good. They're getting better as the match goes along, and the third quarter was a beauty. Flower. What a smashing mark to Robert Flower. He's been a star on the forward line. That's his 10th mark. Baker with 10 marks. And Melbourne playing without their big hero and leader, Carl Dittrich, and they've lifted themselves for it.
Here it is, here it isn't. Now you see it, now you don't. Comes luckily to Tuck. Tuck across towards Russo, but Abbey's there. Alludes to. Gets it to Egan. Egan back in the Hawthorn direction. And Wallace upended as he kicks. Bursting through Moylan. Oh, and a long torpedo punt in the direction of Bristow, who's not overburdened with pace but managed to get boot to ball. Coming across Abbey. Templeton, the snapshot, a goal! What a good goal by Kelvin Templeton. Keogh pulls Antuck down and emerges with a footy. Stabs it into Sheldon. Sheldon, I think, will calm things down. He has Armstrong about 15 metres away and would be well advised to ignore him. Has Marcoux free in the centre and chooses to ignore him also. So Kenny Sheldon must think he can kick it from here. Oh, great mark. Wayne Harms. Almost jumped over the top of the behind post. And a goal for that. Well, it doesn't always happen, but when a player takes a skyscraper like that, Jeff, a goal's a fitting reward.
You're quite right. Just thinking.
And a bright spot for St Kilda, and does this fellow take a big leap? Trevor Barker.
Breen. Barker! Oh, what a mark!
Must have a lot more confidence in that leg.
In towards full forward. Big Ross down there.
Matches in VFL football, and the match of the round is certainly the game between Collingwood umpire Jeff Wilcox with an out-of-bounds signal from a rather unusual position. Left half forward for Fitzroy. Walls. Centering the ball. Oh, well done, Wilson. Out wide to Quinlan. Forward pocket, Bernie Quinlan. It's close. Oh, goal. Now let's have a look at some more highlights of our three games.
Gives it across to Boyce. Boyce into attack. Good play by Muir. To force the ball across the line for a throw in at half forward left for North Melbourne.
Keenan and Easton. Keenan pushes away from Easton. Brilliantly taken by Mansfield. Mansfield short passes. Great football to Robbins. Robbins to Captain Fletcher. Fletcher's a great kick. Look at it. Look at it to Liddell. That was the perfect illustration of a driving punt pass. Recruited from West Australia was Barry Day, Keenan and Dempsey. Almost taken by Van der Haar. Well done, the brilliant bursting Watson. Goal. Goal. He is an incredible player, as Timothy Watson. That's his second. As Madden gets it down beautifully, taken by Henshaw. Kick is smothered. Here's Mansfield again. Short pass in front. Should have been taken by Jarrett. It is. Jarrett, a long kick downfield. Underneath it, Glendinning. Well, he took it very well. It floated back to him.
Dempsey, Nettlefold, Bennett and Jarrett. Down to Alves. Played the ball to himself. Got a shove, did he? No. Danaher takes it away. Thought he may have been paid. Van der Haar the target. Good spoil by Bryant. Amos, no Day. Still running. Across to Primer. Thank you, he says. Right in front, 30 metres out. Beautiful play by Day. Jarrett doesn't bother. He gives it to Bryant. Straight down the ground. Oh, Crow, magnificent. Free kick to Van der Haar. Being shepherded away from the ball, says umpire Cameron. Goes towards Madden, and he's found him. 2 bites. He's 35 metres out directly. Amos. Madden the target. Watson the scrum gatherer with the explosive pace. Onto Donnell, he'll run back to Watson. Watson runs right in and pops it through. Beautiful. Watson's third.
McDonald leading, so is Breen. Barker's out there too. He's got it. Good mark by Trevor Barker. Payton over the top. Oh, and the umpire goes down too. Umpire Nash. Barker. Oh, Kelvin Moore. Great mark.
Trying to break up the play a little bit now as he comes across to Baker. Baker's dropped it and fumbled it. Covered pretty well and went on with the job. Good play. McDonald was out positioned and took his eyes off it for St Kilda and gave Hawthorn the chance, but here he goes again. Good handball to Barker. Barker in the forward pocket. Sartori. Oh, nice piece of weaving. And the kick missed by Kennedy, but taken by DeWild. Then over to Tuck, then on to Di Domenico. He's got players all around him at this stage. Goss has muffed it, but Di Domenico was there to take it away. Straight down to full forward. St Kilda in control, and O'Day to mark.
Breen. Barker. Oh, what a mark! What a mark!
Must have a lot more confidence in that leg.
In towards full forward. Big Ross down there. Might beat the pack though. Ross, side bottom. Can he weave his way through? He has. It's a goal, okay. Scott from behind taps it on beautifully across the pocket board. Pressure from Colling. Bit of courage there from Kellett, but he's overrun by Hawthorn. Hendry. Martello and Moncrief. Saru. Wallace, a push in the back. Out to McDonald, who slipped himself a bit. Barker. Kennedy, and that's a damn good mark.
The three Hawks should do something about it. They say, oh, Matthew's one from the back and one from the side, and he's holding his ear and takes the free kick because of the high tackle. Poetic justice, I guess, on the half-back line. 101-79. It's Hawthorn hanging on. Pretty good lead, a handsome lead, as he shoots it out to Wallace. Or Eade, rather. Lenane beats him round towards Moncrief again. A good mark, Moncrief. Oh, gee, he's put on a wonderful performance today.
Valley, Ray Shaw, Tony Shaw, almost Derek Shaw, Banks. Oh, well done. It's the first score of the match. It's a goal. Hanson. It was, not Smith. Over for Irwin, who always seems to be on his own. He's got Wilson clear, and Wilson has got the 100-metre dash in front of him. Onto Allen.
Allen in turn to McMahon, who has to wait. Shrugs off the tackle. Back to Allen. Allen slams it in towards goal. Conlon lets it go and it skids through for a behind.
And Smith is there for Fitzroy, well backed up by Quinlan, who's dominating. Good handball inboard to Conlon. He drives it long. Beecroft at the back of McCormack. One hand, two hands, a mark. Valley, or Tony Shaw, out to Magro. Kick to centre wing to Kink. Oh, what a mark. And some pretty good highlights there. Let's have a look at the goal kickers now after 12 rounds. And some of the leaders not doing too well. Templeton kicked. Positions on the league ladder. Well, now let's have a look at some more highlights from our 3 matches.
Down to Bartlett, who's backing back as the ball carries. Front on charge by Dool, and the free kick's got to go to Bartlett.
Bruce Dool back after suspension, eh?
Yes, you'd need a compass and a mine detector and everything to kick a goal from that awkward pocket. You watch him kick it. This is 4th kick.
Shut your eyes, it helps.
Carlton 19, Richmond 14. 23 minutes into the quarter. It's on its way. I tell you what. Oh, he's kicked it. Oh, what a goal. Burke on to Rawlings, who's in trouble. Goes back to Big Jones. Still got it. Can't get a hand pass effectively away. A scoop away eventually. Heath is caught. It goes to Jezelenko. Out wide to Francis. On to Marcoux. He's deep in the pocket. He can line up and have a shot for goal. He fires and he's put it through.
I have to play on football. Here he goes with another one. Going pretty close to the goal square. Galt's in that lot somewhere. Marcoux. They're right on his hammer. Spinning around onto his right foot and just puts it straight through.
18-minute mark in the second quarter, and the Blues are doing it quite well. 53 playing 29. Jezelenko. Galt. Oh, nearly got it, but he still might yet. On to Marcoux. He lines up for his 4th goal this quarter, and he's done it. That's Bottoms. Well done. Heath underneath it, so is Burke. Fitzpatrick and Hurd. Fitzpatrick. Kane. Looking for Baum. Heath is there. Oh, Harms in between both of them.
As a look, gets a long kick in towards full forward. It's drifting into the pocket where Galt's been staring at full forward. Whitson had a problem there all day. Buckley getting the ball back into play. Slipping in there is Keogh. Good night, Nurse.
Rounding the driving left footer, looks for Round. Leon Harris takes a fine mark.
What a fine player he's been for Fitzroy. Recovers his own handball. Gives it on to Quinlan, who'll go towards full forward. Beecroft leads beautifully. Superb! Beautiful mark by Beecroft. And what a splendid kick by Quinlan. Allen high. Right to full forward. Beecroft sleeping from behind. Barry Round from the back. Takes a splendid mark in defence. His 3rd. To half-back and Evans, a busy rover. Has Williams inside. Runs well. And from the wing, he plays it to centre half forward. Tony Morwood said let it go to Higgins, and he did. And he's marked on his chest. On to Fields. Fields straightens up, centre half forward. A skimmer through the centre. Great goal. South Melbourne back in front. He's got time to get round on his left foot again. In towards centre half forward. Wilson over the top of Evans.
Should have taken a free kick against Johnston. Well played, Allen. Out to Wilson. On to Leon Harris. Harris shoots for goal and puts it through. And once again, Gary Wilson was in the centre of it. Picked up there by Quinlan, out to Max Richardson, across to Wilson. Wilson runs in from 5 metres out and rams it through for his own third goal. Len Thompson, beautifully done. Should have a kick, the big fella. Oh, he bounces it atrociously. McCarthy takes it and puts it through for a goal. And that was a terrible error by Len Thompson. Taylor out. McCarthy's in fine position. Rantel above him. Nicely taken, Irwin. Irwin goes for the run. Kicked under pressure, but it's a fine kick. My word, that's a great kick. Warwick Irwin rams it through.
Off hands to Alexander. Wilson. Brilliant. The left foot shot for goal from Wilson is good. Magnificent football.
He goes to ground and will take the free kick. He's inside the just inside the centre square. And to Andrew Ireland. Ireland towards Kink. Olsen into the goal square and through for the first goal for the Magpies. Wilton on the centre wing in front of the Magpies stand, and Andrew Ireland comes in to once again save the day. On towards White going past. White up in the Kink direction. I think a Kink mark. He was behind Kennedy on that occasion, and clearly Kennedy didn't judge the flight of the ball. Straight to Worthington. Worthington straightens up and boots for goal and puts it through. Another goal for the Maggies.
His kick across the ground looking for Eade. Punch away by White. Comes down to Davis, who's a long way up the ground. Handball. Good one. Great handball by Banks out to Worthington, who lines up for his second. And Kevin Worthington has kicked his second goal from the back pocket.
Great defensive play by Worthington as White towards centre wing. Kink across to Wearmouth, and away go Collingwood. Wearmouth's got a paddock, and now he's got Anderson free. Anderson Moore in centre. Moore shoots for goal and puts it through, right through the centre. Byrne, Tony Shaw, and away go the Magpies again with ridiculous ease. Anderson breaks clear, just shrugs off a tackle. Davis and Kennedy. Davis being held but not in possession. Comes back towards Banks. Oh, picked up no play on, says Sutcliffe. And the ball towards the boundary line again. Stewart. Payton. Banks. Oh, threads his way through, steers towards goal and puts through a miracle goal.
The handball and eventually gets it to Goss. Nobody in front of Norm Goss. Drives it to centre half forward. Martello under the ball, and what a mark. Taken over the top by Picken. Great mark, Bill Picken. Quick handball on towards Stewart, back in defence. His kick to centre wing, marked by Di Domenico, who fends off Ray Shaw. Handballs to Eade. Eade, a poor kick, pretty high, not enough distance. In front, McCormack. Kelvin Moore in attack for Hawthorn, and through goes Goad to pick up the crumbs and bang through an uncontested goal.
Now let's have a look at the leading goal kickers. Kelvin Templeton, last year's top goal kicker, with 3, leads again with 54 for the season. Craig Davis, 4. On a windy day, but our best went to Collingwood's Bill Picken.
By Olsen, forward pocket, Tony Shaw a run at them. In the front of the pack, Ray Shaw, but it's taken away by Russo for Hawthorn. Feigns the handball and eventually gets it to Goss. Nobody in front of Norm Goss. Drives it to centre half forward. Martello under the ball, and what a mark. Taken over the top by Picken. Great mark, Bill Picken.
Next week's matches, and what a round this is going to be. The top 2 teams play at VFL Park, Carlton and Fitzroy. So Fitzroy, going for a club record, 10 in a row, will have to beat the league leaders. North Melbourne playing Geelong will be another. Week. Hope you'll be back again next week for more of the same. We leave you with the goal of the day, and it also goes to Collingwood, an outstanding effort by a very promising player in Dennis Banks. But in the closing titles, watch for Carlton's Wayne Johnston, who pays the penalty for taking a mark and gets his head pulled off by Peter Williams of Richmond.
And one Hawthorn, Byrne, Tony Shaw, and away go the Magpies again with ridiculous ease. Anderson breaks clear, just shrugs off a tackle. Davis and Kennedy. Davis being held but not in possession. Comes back towards Banks. Oh, picked up no play on, says Sutcliffe. And the ball towards the boundary line again. Stewart. Payton. Banks. Oh, threads his way through, steers towards goal and puts through a miracle goal. A miracle goal, Dennis Banks.
Some more highlights from our 3 games.
Pass will find Glendinning, and North Melbourne with a big kick. It's a great effort by Glendinning. Drew, what a magnificent goal by that play.
Dempsey in front, a bit underneath the ball, off the chest of Sutton. Kick forward by Ick to half forward. Glendinning leading the race. With him is Cassidy. Glendinning bumps him off, gets it back to Nettlefold. Beautiful pass to Bridus. Punched down by Mossop. Bryant the handball to Ebert. Short pass on to Croswell, a fluke, and Croswell kicks the goal and puts it through. Bryant spins out of the tackle to Schimmelbusch, on to Glendinning. Good handball finding Melrose, and going past them all is Tanner. A left foot kick by Tanner is close. A great goal to North.
Larkey bringing the ball back into play. Looking for his teammate there in Featherby. His quick hand pass will find Burns. Burns will drive Geelong back into attack onto that half-forward line. Henshaw is there. Over the top comes Woodman, certainly showing plenty of endeavour. Dummies a player cleverly, and then his hand pass will find Middlebus. Another hand pass further afield. Eventually it comes down to Bruce Nankervis. And a big kick by Bruce Nankervis. Looks pretty good, it is.
Quickly on to Tanner. Here comes Croswell. Oh, he shrugged off his opponent, took a fine mark. Geelong have kicked only 1-1 in this quarter, and they got the first goal of the term. Oh, great leap McCann. What a mark.
Middlemiss couldn't control it. His teammate Matthews does, and goes short to Card, who'll mark on the right half-forward flank. This is Ray Card, who started in defence, is now playing at attack. Drop punt kick. It looks pretty good. A great goal by Card, and Geelong are back in front.
A floater, Templeton, but the crumbs might be needed. Folds. Bluey's got the chance. Outmarked by Madden, though.
Crow taps on. Hawkins for Footscray waits for that loose ball, ducks the tackle, chips it, and Crow with his double-decker frame stretches up to take another mark. That's his 5th and finds Primmer with that handball. Primmer with a lead from Bennett is good play. Pass and mark is good. Bombers away. A lead there from Donnell. Oh, a great mark! He tries to find Templeton. Shaw right with him, knocking the ball away. Good play by him. Good tackle put on low. Or Egan, is it? Danaher kicks the ball out. Clark waits for it. Watson's Shepard's well for him to let him run through. A kick into the pocket to Merritt. This is Jennings. Man standing there is Hampshire, has to shrug off the tackle. The big fellow stands firm, gets onto his boot, and drives it straight to full forward. And double-decker Max Crow just sticks up his arms and has taken his 7th mark. It's Eston's back line, really, that's brought Footscray undone for such a low score. Their half-back line, and in particular, with Crow figuring and Foulds and Danaher kicking out towards... Oh,
look so easy, these big fellows.
Under Reid. Templeton. Oh, great mark, Kelvin Templeton. He's right below us here in our TV commentary position at Essendon.
Serafini is centre wing, outer side. It's a good kick and centres it very nicely. Jones almost took a good one. Well played that time by Harris. Kicked off the ground, McMahon, and puts it through.
Southby looking for Klomp in the centre of the ground, but his target will be Fitzpatrick. Off hands, favouring Fitzroy. Jesselenko might be favoured. He does. Follows it on well after getting off his boot. Towards full forward. Galt has the chance now. Buckley about to rove for Carlton. Now Galt scoops it out. Good play. Johnson finds a shot at goal pretty good. He's put it through. But straight to Fitzpatrick in the centre. Fumbles the mark badly. Off the ground by Austin towards Muggerman. He fumbles. Marcoux is quick. Feeds the hand pass to Purnell. Now you see him, now you don't. In towards centre half forward. McClure, the drop from behind. Can't hold the mark. Down the ground, a chance for Keogh. Left foot, snap for goal. Right foot, and puts it through. Idella says we'll bounce it. Centre half forward for Carlton.
Alexander and Fitzpatrick. Alexander gets it back, but straight to Johnston. A lovely left foot snap for goal. Beautifully done. That's his second.
And it's come off towards Galt. Johnston in there again. Wins the ball well. Has a future, that boy. Kicks towards Keogh. Keogh gets the body in front, gets a bit of a push. Grabs hold of his opponent. Up and down in the one spot. They all let it bounce. Why not? Tapped on by Francis. Good play to Keogh. Caught. Long hand pass to McClure. Open goal. Patoggio's inboard if he wants him. He does. Patoggio runs in. The hand pass over the top. Fitzpatrick, the easiest of goals.
Picked up the free kick. Leon Harris. Harris. I don't know what the umpire's done there. Anyhow, Harris kicks it downfield, looking for McMahon. Jesselenko spoils him brilliantly. Conlon takes it away from Fitzpatrick. Screws it back towards centre half forward. Wayne Harms and Robert Walls. Look at that for strength. He is just a bundle of talent, is Wayne Harms. And what a strong mark that one was.
Yes, a disappointing day for Fitzroy. Long.
Dempsey wins again. Burns takes a knock to the head and a free kick. Geelong have kicked only 1-1 in this quarter, and they got the first goal of the term. Oh, great leap for Can. What a mark.
Let's have a look at next week's. And just to make it the Ron Barassi show, in the closing titles he shows that he directed his anger not only at the umpires.
What a good player was Kevin Boston. 11th kick. His kicking is never very attractive. Well done, Jones. Over the top of Alexander. Alexander claims he has pushed. He wasn't. Well played, McClure. Jesselenko. Here goes the wizard. Boots it downfield. Past Buckley it goes. Serafini and Galt contest, and Serafini wins it in pace. Cannot pick it up. Picked up by Catoggio. Catoggio's off. Up he goes. He'll run in and bang. Blistering speed.
over Hawthorn. Despite the fact that Collingwood lost in this round, Collingwood have 2 games and a clear percentage advantage over Hawthorn, who are in 6th place. Well, the conditions were perfect for football. It was still fine and dry, and our 3 games produced some really top football, as you can see in these further highlights.
The target here, Hampshire comes in, side bottom, plenty of pace for a big fellow. McGee deals with him, but he breaks the tackle, lines up, and bangs a goal, and that's a magnificent individual effort by Gary Sidebottom. Hawkins on the outer side wing, looking for Templeton. He's in front, he flies and gets it.
Morrison 8 and Saru 31, and this is Carry the Road for St Kilda. Quickly across towards Sidebottom, who's doing well on the forward line. Look at that spin for a big man, that's great stuff. And he lines up and puts one of those powerful kicks of his and just kicked the goal.
Gets a call from Saru, good call too. A thumper, in towards big Disher and Scott again. Disher up and he's got it.
Getting a lead from Templeton now, who's the Green's right with him. He goes for the short one to Smiths and gain nothing. Well, there's an army down there in full forward. Templeton up. Good grab. Saru with a good thump out of the pack. Went past Count, he lost it. He goes Sidebottom after it. It's on the half-forward line. Sidebottom kicked 2 brilliant goals first term. Look at him go. Lines up and let's go with another one. His 3rd goal. Cordy. Off and caught by Colling. Dunstan. Onto Cordy again, running on the half-forward flank. Coming in towards the forward pocket to Templeton once more. And he's got it. Templeton's lifted his game. No question about that. Barker playing on the back line. Kicking in towards Sidebottom. Sidebottom's, he's unbeatable. He's almost giving Coughton a football lesson today. And Coughton's had a fair share of kicks too.
Essendon favoured by the slight cross breeze. Carlton going forward. Warren Jones, all the opportunity to drive Carlton back into attack high. Keenan waiting underneath it. McClure, one hand over the top.
Madden, 6'5.5" of him. Jones beautifully done to Keogh. Keogh down in front, Scanlon. Misses what he might have taken. Well played, McClure. McClure, left foot shot for goal. Hooks it through. That was magnificent.
Target is Crow. Mark not paid. Or Chord Mansfield, receiver of the hand pass. Too far for Donnell. Running free. Speedsters. Hurd. Run in and kick a goal. He does. Brilliant effort, Shane Hurd. Gets them out of trouble to Fletcher. The Essendon skipper in his 250th game. Took it a little easy, but has time to get round Galt. Oh, who did he hand pass to? Straight to Johnston. Shocking play, Fletcher. Johnston goes across to Armstrong, who'll run on. Straightens up from centre half forward. His shot for goal is through.
4 minutes into the 3rd term as Warren Jones will do battle with Crackers Keenan. Jones won it, I thought. Hand pass goes out. A shot for goal is through from Wayne Johnston. Oh, he's delighted. Boots it down, looking there for Klomp, and Klomp takes the mark.
Quick to play on to McClure. Good ball. And Carlton looking ever so accomplished as McClure steps around Scanlon. Fires one through. That's his 4th. Austin in the way for Carlton. McClure been a star, a match winner for the Blues at centre half forward. To Cottagio. Cottagio straightens up, runs in and fires it through. Goal coming in the 1st minute of the final quarter. Cottagio's first.
Back onto the half-forward line where Wearmouth wins out cleverly. One bounce, steadies, and then comes back into play, looking for Kink. Not a good kick. Kink breaks clear now on the left boot and goes goalward. It's not a bad kick either. In fact, it's come around. It's straight through the centre. Bryant selected on half-forward flank, marking this time on centre wing. And driving down to find Melrose. Melrose marks and with a hand pass quickly on the Nettlefold. North Melbourne away, one bounce Nettlefold, and then goes goal with a drop punt kick. Dempsey is there in front. Collingwood comes down to Podolzak, and he lines up for goal number 3. Great play. Punched away by Dempsey to Daryl Schimmelbusch. On to Murphy, to Wayne Schimmelbusch. A trip, play on. Desperate defence there by Collingwood. North Melbourne went out through Melrose. His hurried kick is a good one. Oh, a great snapshot by Melrose. A magnificent shot for a goal. Bill Picken transferring play across to the centre of the ground where Greg is there for North Melbourne and Mark strongly in front of Dacos.
Lost both his boots. How about that?
Well, that's unusual. So North Melbourne transferring play on the opposite side of the ground. Knocked on cleverly by Dempsey over to Wayne Schimmelbusch on the centre wing looking for Bryant. And Bryant, who's running right on the half-forward flank, controls this ball cleverly. Dummies around. Oh, great play, Bryant. He's caught. Should have been a free kick to Davis. But eventually umpire Smith will come in and call for a ball up. So Collingwood fans not too happy about that decision as we wait for the ball up here with Moore and Dempsey. Knocked out to Ebert. Tries to break clear, he eventually does. A hurried kick comes out in the direction of Ray Shaw eventually. His hand pass will find Wearmouth. And Collingwood away through Brewer this time. One bounce. And going goalward is Ross Brewer. This is a good-looking kick, a magnificent kick by Ross Brewer, and it's a goal.
Well, some good football played there. The goal of winning at centre half forward and full forward in recent weeks. But this week, Mark McClure gave the Blues a top-class display, and we awarded him Mark of the Day.
Danaher's kick is smothered brilliantly by Buckley. Fletcher's under pressure and trouble. Danaher's with it now. Onto his left foot and boots it back into open territory.
Still the opportunity to drive Carlton back into attack high. Keenan waiting underneath it. McClure, one hand over the top. Splendid effort by McClure. Climbing on the back of Keenan to mark 35 metres out from goal directly in front.
And a great performance by Mark McClure. Let's have a look at next week's matches. Of course, before next week, there's a game in Sydney. We leave you with the goal of the day, and it was kicked by Gary Sidebottom, and certainly if St Kilda had more Gary Sidebottoms, they mightn't be on the bottom of the ladder. He turned in a great display, and this was the best of his 4 goals. In the closing titles, we make no apologies about giving you another look at the magnificent Carlton Bluebirds.
Long kick, which is the right thing to do. The whistle's gone, interference after Ballard kicked it, and the free kick comes down the ground and be taken on the wing by Cunningham.
Cunningham to Bond, but he changed his mind and went to Colling, but he thought about Bond first of all. Now Sidebottom's the target here. Hampshire comes in. Sidebottom, plenty of pace for a big fellow. McGee deals with him, but he breaks the tackle, lines up, and bangs a goal, and that's a magnificent individual effort by Gary Sidebottom. Like Allen deep on the half-forward line. Towards centre half-forward, Beecroft and Walls behind the pack. Beecroft's got it though. He's the first tackler too and competitor to that Bennett. Across to Nagel. Oh, Madden's got it all open up for him up here. Oh, he's taken it too.
He's looking after Watson, who's on the half-forward flank for Essendon. Walls almost. Wilson gets it now. Beecroft! A metre out, as you can see.
Look at his angle, will you? Have a look. He's right in front. And you watch where he ends up. That wide shot will show you where he's going to end up. And so there's umpire Smith's hand. Muggerman. After Muggerman played on, it was caught by Fletcher. Muggerman now looking for Walls. Keenan down there, but picked up by Walls. Snapshot in towards goal. It's not a bad one. He's put it through from deep on the half-forward line. Fitzroy 71, Essendon 33 in a disappointing display. You can see the big crowd in the outer. Quinlan, grabbed by Bennett. Oh, nice pick up by Marsh, wasn't it? Folds left it behind. Bennett still there. Quinlan bulldozes his way through to Walls. He fires for goal. It's going to be close. That's a goal.
Only 40 metres from goal, but it would be impossible to kick it from this angle. I'd give him a diamond-studded bike and a Davy Crockett hat if he can boot it from here.
This will be a highlight on the winners on Sunday, Jeff, if he kicks it. Your remarks? He's kicked it!
The long handball to Folds. Into Danaher. Oh, what a ripper!
Big money towards it. He'll want support here. There's tons of it. No, he doesn't want it. In towards Wilson at centre half forward. He's got the sun in his eyes, and it's Beecroft. Serafini as Fitzroy lead by 22 points. Danaher's behind the pack. Oh, but don't worry about Danaher. Have a look at Talbot get up.
Buxton on the run. Drives it up towards the centre wing. Well played by Cordy, taking the ball away from Picken, and a beautiful pass to half forward, and away goes Edmund, who centres the ball for Templeton at the back, and a great mark.
Shaw again. Oh, onto Anderson with a great, White it was, with a great dashing breakaway with pace and almost a goal. Let's see if it was. It was from the goal away. The goal umpire stood there. Superb goal by Terry White from the back line, and some colossal acceleration as he sped away from the centre to take the hand pass from Ray Shaw. Let it come. Centre wing. Oh, at the back. A delightful mark by Picken. Judged the flight of the ball beautifully.
Nobody within 20 metres of him. And he's kicked towards the centre. Austin's there. Oh, and a great leap by Whitten. What a mark.
To Olsen. To Stewart. Agility. And a goal. What a great goal, Craig Stewart. A super goal. That one, his third.
White over half back, up towards the centre, absolutely toying with the opposition. Valley, who's fresh as a daisy. Ireland, a great handball to Anderson. Magnificent running football by Collingwood. Anderson nearly mucked it up. Back in field to Edwards. Edwards kicks for goal and puts it through. What a goal!
Away they go again. Speeding up the ground. Valley. This is Davis as if he wants it. A very, very fine mark to Brewer and a goal.
To Worthington. Collingwood back into attack. Egan is there for Footscray. All strong play by Kemp. Rushes that player aside and then kicks the ball back into play to Edwards.
And Richmond are 3 goals.
Anybody's game yet. Serafini as Fitzroy lead by 22 points. Danaher's behind the pack. Oh, but don't worry about Danaher. Have a look at Talbot get up. That's his 6th mark. On to Reid. At Prince's Park. Russo. 55 metres out from goal, 50-degree angle. Across the face. Off hands, Matthews, Hawthorn's first goal. Play by Kane, gets it across to Bottoms. The ball back towards the centre. On the burst, Terry Moore straightens up from centre half forward, and he's fired it through. What? Short. Matthews, who's got room to run. Wide Eade is calling for it. Yes, that's where he goes, and he'll have room to run. Knock it on, he does. To Russo. Russo can run. Knock it inside to Wallace, he does. Wallace straightens up at centre half forward and kicks the goal. Beautiful goal, Hawthorn.
Wakeman again in the thick of things, the little fellow. Hand passes very cleverly out to Monteith. Monteith, a long one downfield. Kelvin Moore in front of Rod. Leaps above him with a spectacular leap. I think David Cloak would have to get an honourable mention.
Wouldn't dispute that. Over the head of Bartlett. Tucked to intercept. Goes short to Matthews. Matthews marks, plays on, and kicks a goal. They desperately need it.
Ayres overruns it. Tempany taken away by Matthews. Matthews left foot back. Great play to Kelvin Moore. Moore misses a difficult one. Francis Burke goes down. John Hendry left foot snap for goal. Hooks it a little but made it. An immediate reply. That's Hendry's second.
Third. White over half back, up towards the centre, absolutely toying with the opposition. Valley, who's fresh as a daisy. Ireland, a great handball to Anderson. Magnificent running football by Collingwood. Anderson nearly mucked it up. Back infield to Edwards. Edwards kicks for goal and puts it through. What a goal!
Morris. Kink again. Kicked that last goal. Moore on his outer flank. In towards Brewer. Brewer's swerves. Had to check himself and kicks another goal. Collingwood's fourth. Steele misread the bounce of the ball that time. That's Olsen. Down to Davis. That's a great mark.
At the 4-minute mark in the second quarter, Collingwood 32, Essendon 14. Moore gets the tap down. Up towards Kink. He's grabbed by Steele. Gets it across to Shaw. Shaw in turn to Brewer. Brewer to Edwards. Edwards onto Wearmouth. Wearmouth will go through the pack. Dummy. Fire for goal. And there's Collingwood's sixth goal and Wearmouth second in about 45 seconds of play. His target is Van der Haar. He did let him down with a great mercurial mark. Ash. Bennett. Madden call for it. Oh, trouble here. Oh, Peckin! Oh, what a mark!
Davis to Talbot. Can he launch himself in between the Collingwood six sixes? Here goes Watson, 32. Bundles over Rayburn. Watson again. A singular effort here. Great stuff!
Fletcher weaves his way through. Davis played for it. Experience personified by Alan Davis. Robbins is getting ready to come on for Essendon. Alan Davis, one of Essendon's better players. Madden, the punch by McCormack, but the mark is being paid to Madden at centre-half forward.
That was Muir for Essendon, and this is Banks for Collingwood. Quickly out to a teammate there. White it is. It bounced past Shaw, he backs himself too often. It's Davis for Collingwood, he screwed it over his shoulder and the crowd have gone wild.
Van der Haar, an open goal. Oh, he should have kicked it, I think. It may not come off. Talbot to Robbins, an open one. It did come off. Fletcher. Roving beautifully to the pack was Anderson. Full bore around the half-back line. Through the wing, up to half-forward. A long kick by Anderson. Down towards Moore. Oh, he can't get a kick. It's a goal.
Left half forward for Geelong. Fearing that time beautifully to Sheehan. Featherby. In towards Johnson and Burns. This is a goal for Geelong. Bang!
Geelong in attack. Berry taken out of the pack well by Johnston, and he kicks a goal.
Berry and Blake. Blake easily.
Sheehan. Hook back into full forward. Johnson in front.
Over to Nan Curvis. A further handball to Featherby. Featherby's kick to centre half forward. Hampshire underneath it, and a good mark.
Left half forward for Geelong. There's a blatant free kick which wasn't paid. And there's Burns again, knocked out to Turner. Oh. Nicely done. Here comes Murray for Footscray. Templeton at the back this time. Surely this one will be a mark. This is Cousins. Middle miss. Oh, good mark. Not middle miss, Bright. It's a great kick. Oh, and a good mark too by Blake. So all Footscray here as Edmund breaks clear. Berry at the back. There's Morrison. Still Morrow. Oh, Berry got in the way. Got it back to McKenna. McKenna should paddle it out. He can't do so. Yes, he can. Well done, Michael McKenna. Good goal! Good goal, son.
Kick by Blake over centre wing. Good lead by Clark. Clark short pass to Bruns. Gee, Rod Olsen has said in recent weeks that Geelong have lacked ruckman and rovers. Well, Blake and Bruns have done well today. A lead by Johnston. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. He's killed Groenewegen in this third quarter after Groenewegen had done well in the first half. 6th mark to Peter Johnston. He's kicked 3 goals earlier in this quarter and is coming up for the 4th goal for the quarter, 5th goal for the game. Right in front, 30 metres out. Well, he might have missed. Shouldn't have from there.
Spoils well. Desperate defence. The ball comes out here towards Melrose, who has a screw flying shot for goal. Blight and Burke. Blight just inside the line. Oh, beautifully done. Takes the mark and fires it through for North Melbourne's 2nd goal. Inside to Monteith. He kicks it quickly under pressure and finds Bartlett, his skipper, who receives plenty of attention from Jarrett and says, I can take that and more, and off he goes. His 3rd kick, and the target once more is Cloak, and the big fellow gets beautifully spoilt, but he pops it across here towards Roach. Is it bouncing through? Roach will kick it himself in the air.
Francis Burke coming out on the members' wing this time, looking for Naylor. Oh, magnificent mark, Keith Grigg over the back. Real Brownlow medal stuff. Great effort by Greg, who really looks at home back on centre wing. This time a good drop punt kick. Oh, Blight! What a mark! So Richmond, who lead by 5 points, 25-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, and this is done, will drive them deep into the forward line in the Roach direction. Oh, what a mark! Sensational! In front of Roach, taking a timely mark for North Melbourne. Comes out wide onto the members' wing. Easton is there, couldn't mark, it comes to ground. Well played, Wood. Magnificent play by Brian Wood. Looking for Rawlings and finding him. Quick hand pass onto Roach. Roach has put it through. Goal number 6. Richmond come away through Williams. Quick kick out in the direction of Wood. Greg is there, could have got a free kick. Backing up is Ells. Breaks clear now and goes goalward. No, a hand pass to Melrose. Onto Ells, you've got to get rid of it. Well done, Stanley Ells. Oh, great piece of play, Ells, and it's a goal.
Close to half-time. We've played 24 minutes in the 2nd quarter. The Magpies have scored 3 goals to Essendon's 1. After Collingwood led by 12 points at quarter time. Magro upended, but gets his kick in. Marsh, Bennett, Madden call for it. Oh, trouble here. Oh, Peckin! Oh, what a mark! His 3rd superb mark today. Just when I thought he was going to come down, he kept on rising.
On the Law.
Dempsey. Punch clear. Richmond come away through Williams. Quick kick out in the direction of Wood. Greg is there. Could have got a free kick. Backing up is Els. Breaks clear now and goes goalward. No, a hand pass to Melrose. On to Els. You've got to get rid of it. Well done, Stanley Els. Oh, great piece of play, Els. And it's a goal.
And he drives to centre-half forward. Glendinning puts Klomp out of play with a nice hit, and a not-so-nice elbow takes care of Austin. And that's the second time Glendinning has raised the elbow so far in this match. And he wouldn't want to do that too often, I wouldn't think. But he's kicked a goal. He's second and North third.
Dick to half forward. Tanner having a spell in the pocket. Blight's acceleration takes him to the ball. And here Glendinning was within scoring range of the last kick. Surely the Brownlow medalist from 1978 is as well. 18-6, North Melbourne lead. (24-6) now. Armstrong across to the pacey Purse. He's got it, and he does it well. He does it very well. Finds McClure. Splendid play by Jones.
McClure at centre-half forward, and that was a lot of agility from Jones. Got down to 17 stone. That's what it is. McCann in front. The big fist of Sutton. The ball free. Fitzpatrick sockers, and it's a goal!
First mark and first kick. A bit of rain. Dempsey. He hasn't taken too many marks either. That's his second. Ashman having a great return to senior football. On to Harms. He'll run. Greg's after him and won't catch him. Penetrating kick to Brown. Beautiful ball.
It's not going to reach the distance. Sheldon can't get it in. Still got it under control. To Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick the banana. And what's happened with this one? It's a goal! Slams away towards goal is Easton. Gets it back into Ashman. Ashman, the little fella's making the big fellas look crook. Into the goal square, Jones and Hick. Jones! What a mark! What a mark, Jones!
Merrigan, big punt kick, down to half forward. Walls taps on, that was good football. Irwin in front. Irwin, great effort. Warwick Irwin, tremendous play, a goal.
Turner, the big boomer to full forward. Moncrief could mark this. Beautifully done, Moncrief. Used the body perfectly and took a fine mark. That's his fourth mark.
McCarthy. Oh, what a mark. One-handed to Moncrief.
Dangerous play here. O'Halloran not quite picking up the mark. Looks for Goss. Danger. Lovely mark for Khan.
And the ground. Hawthorn come away again. Dippy Domenico doesn't know where to go. Eventually gets out of trouble, only to find Smith marking for Fitzroy.
Again, Dippy Domenico kicking to an opposition player. He seems to have a happy knack of doing that. And Smith, Lions centre-half back, kicking for goal. Not a bad effort either. Has it beaten the pack? Great goal!
Merrigan down the centre of the ground, looking for Quinlan, up high. Oh, good mark, Bernie Quinlan. No one takes the ball on this occasion. Alexander is there, but Henry chips in for Hawthorn. Onto McCarthy, to Manane. Hawthorn looking dangerous. Here's a goal to Goss. He's put it through. Hawthorn again, through Manane. Series of hand passes, McCarthy. Oh, it's all Hawthorn to Henry finally. Right in the teeth of goal. Merrigan tried to mark it. Oh, look at this. Another goal to Hawthorn. King.
Here's a chance. Nettlefold. Steadied well, has another shot for goal. That looks good. Good goal to St Kilda's Nettlefold.
Rains. Out wide to Roach. Bartlett lurking behind the pack. Oh, from the side. Cloak came in and took a screamer. So his fourth kick. And he can kick it from here quite easily. It's only about 40 metres out from goal, maybe just a little bit more. But as we've said so often about David Cloak, accuracy is the thing. Plenty of distance, accuracy is straight through the centre. It's a goal to Richmond.
10 kicks to Rains. Gee, he's having a good match. Down at the back of the pack. Oh, look at Roach fly. Number 8 in control of it now. Running out of ground. Bartlett running into position. It's done. Back to Rawlings. The landing. Dead-eyed. Ditkin right in front. And no mistake. Now with his right knee heavily bandaged. That's not a bad kick, though. Oh, lovely, tell you, Ma. That was Brian Wood in Trevor Barker's back. We'll get up and take the free kick on the 45 by 45 for kick number 15. And straight down to Roach and Cloak. And done. It's a raffle between that lot. Punched away by Carr. Bartlett grabs it, shoots, and goals. Roach. He's given Barry Breen a king-size headache today that Breen has not been able to contend with his long arms and that great leap he has. Across to Dunn, the other Dunn, and Roach has just come in. Slipped in front of Barry Breen, who's had a nightmare day looking after this very talented young man. I wouldn't think there'd be any doubt about that. The execution of that kick was superb. Inside bottom takes the free kick. Roach leads. Beautiful. Coming in for number 9, of course. Easy kicking distance, and the way he's played today, he shouldn't miss. Beautiful execution. Great stuff, Michael Roach. A long kick. Roach and Breen. Roach. Going down a falling over backwards one. Not such an acute angle. Picked up from a ground level shot. The way he's been firing today, he should get this one. And he has. Great performance from Michael Roach. 10 goals. Surely it must put him on top of the goal-kicking list after this round. He's been running third.
In this third term, and we've been going 16 and a half minutes.
Southby and the Conville. Oh, Greg, a great mark. Brownlow medal winning form. Possibly not this year, he's got 2 anyway. It's been all North Melbourne this quarter. As Greg hooks it back into the goal square. Oh, what a beauty! Came in from behind again.
It's not going to reach the distance. Sheldon can't get it in. Still got it under control. To Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick the banana. And what's happened with this one? It's a goal! Oh!
Plays the ball to centre-half forward. Ferring twists it away. Does it himself. That's a big, strong play from a big fellow. To the centre of the ground. Too far for Fletcher. Gives Matthews the opportunity. If he can handle the ball cleanly, he does. Back in towards centre-half forward. Johnston. Magnificent mark. Set himself for that one. And ran at the ball positively for the first time today.
He's got a lot of devil in him, this kid. I like his style, Graham. He's only young. And he really has made the full forward position his own at Geelong.
Fitzroy jamming up their back line now. Swatted away. Taylor again. Melrose has kicked three. He's really played well. Conlon. Oh, Schimmelbusch gets through the pack. Boots it to the pocket. Easton in front. Had to stand his ground. A good mark to Easton. Courageous one to Glendinning. Meters out. A good tackle on him by McCarthy, but he recovered beautifully. And it's goal. Great play, Glendinning. You're a champion.
Umpire.
At half-back, outer side. Crow picked at centre-half forward, playing at centre-half back. The ball goes to centre-half forward, knocked on by Madden. To Watson. Watson bursts through one tackle. Left foot snap to goal. He's put it through. Dan Curvis at half-back. Plays the ball to the centre. Talbot and Johnston. Great mark, Talbot. Over the top of Johnston. Neil Danaher to Watson. Strong hands there. Electrifying speed. Long bomb. Goalwards. It is home. A goal. Watson. Brilliant. He's second.
Michael Turner disagrees vehemently. Danaher from behind. Madden second in the cab off the rank. He'll take the mark. That's his third this quarter. And Hawkins, oh, a lovely mid-air grab. Featherby. Oh, he's in all sorts of trouble, but he gets it clear to Bruce Nankervis. Just about goal from here, Geelong. Terry Bright fighting. Oh, almost a great one-hander. And oh, lovely sucker by David Clark. What was it? A goal!
From Western Australian, and a 15-metre penalty. And let's see how far that one was.
About 8.
Pretty consistent. Day's long kick is right to the Kerr. Watson off the ground. 2 out. Bortolotto and Day. Bounce favours Day in towards an open goal. Good play, Bortolotto, and he takes it away. Goes to Turner, who's got a few metres on Foles in this exchange. He gathers, wants to step round him. Foles won't let him do that, but he finds Hawkins. Feeding off him was Ian Nankervis on to Bruns. Good football. Geelong must run the ball. They've got more pace than Essendon. Over the back, Ferring, 2 bites.
Big kick to himself. Speeds around Danaher, has a bounce, which is not good on a day like this. Side off the side of the boot. Shoving the back. Here's Crow again. He's done everything but kick a goal. Is he going to do that? Yes, he is. Oh, Max Crow, what a day. What a goal.
North Melbourne 15, Fitzroy 8. Serafini. Hansen, a little lethargic about that one. Casson pounces on it. A long kick by Casson is going to be a goal. Yes, it is. North Melbourne lead by 19 points, which is a very handy lead on a day like this. Because if the rains just really happen to come for a quarter or so, kick out of the pack by North Melbourne. It's a goal, and I've got no idea who kicked that. We'll wait for a couple of pats on the back. It may have been Kerry Good. Another boundary throw in. It'll be Dempsey and Beecroft in ruck. Beecroft the front posse. Down to Conlon. This will be a great goal if he can get it. Here's a quick look, fires. He's put it through. Oh, through the eye of the needle.
Dempsey out the back, tunnel ball to Rover Melrose. Quickly to full forward.
Easton. Deep on the half-forward flank. He skies it, looking for Dempsey, who's going to land in front of him. Hanson taps it down. No one there at all. Picked up by Melrose, fires for goal. And there's North Melbourne's 8th. And that's his 2nd. Oh, good bounce to Greg. On to Melrose for his 3rd goal. Fires, and it's right through the centre. Hand pass away from Bryant. Irwin. McMahon. On to McCarthy. To Harris. Collision here. Oh, Schimmelbusch came in. Wilson. Lost his footing and a good tackle. An extremely good tackle by Glendinning. And he's got the free kick, and rightly so. He's done his tasks fairly methodically. He hasn't been a dominant player by any means, to the extent of Glendinning and Dempsey, of course. Melrose finds Bryant. Over the top to Good, and that is Good. North Melbourne's 16th goal, and Good's 5th.
Plenty of opposition for this fellow today, with Scott playing on the half-forward line and Baker and Dittrich taking on Terry Moore. Long kick, Wilkinson shoved by Dittrich. Murnane to Goss. Snap is good, and that's Hawthorn's 2nd goal.
In come the rucks once again. Baker goes up nicely. Straight down to Goss it goes. Goss downfield. Dittrich in front position. Outmarked beautifully by O'Halloran. Outmarked superbly by David O'Halloran. And that's been the blemish in the game of Dittrich, his aerial skills. He should never be outmarked by one of David O'Halloran's physique, who now finishes off with a nice left foot goal, and Hawthorn's 4th.
Jeff Ablett to Goss was good for the Hawks. Goss, oh, lovely mark. The pass into Kevin Ablett was just clearing his fingertips, but somehow he raked it in with one hand.
Tuck will have a long one for goal. He kicks as long as anybody in the game. In front, Peter Giles. Oh, O'Halloran. That was a spectacular leap by David O'Halloran. Half the first term gone. Kicks across to O'Halloran. O'Halloran takes the mark. O'Halloran tries the hand pass. It's fumbled badly by Murnane. Picked up there by Wallace. Wallace downfield. Chance now for Tuck. Tuck cleverly across to Goad. Goad in a flash to Goss. And through it goes. It wasn't to Goss. Yes, it was. Normie Goss eventually took it from Goad. And that was great football initiated by Tuck. And Hawthorn have taken the lead just before the 16-minute mark in the final term. Hawthorn 11 goals, 10.
Leading in the race for the ball is Manasseh, playing on centre wing today, Manasseh. Cleverly evades 2 players and goes going. Oh, look at this. Just short, and eventually it's been paid a goal.
Manasseh now picks up, has a quick look. Long clearing kick down to Davis, who's kicked 2 goals. Burke pushes him off and holds him off. Someone showing dash there is Toomey. And it's a goal.
What a goal.
Another great goal from Collingwood. Cloak takes it. Only 40 metres out, across to Roach, who's kicked 2 off the ground zone. Kibbe in play, is in trouble. Good play here by Kane, in front of goal, straight through. Stop raining again. Good shoving for position there by Moore and Dunn, but Moore's the offender and Dunn takes a free kick. He's about 45 metres out. Good long shot here. Won't be though, it's gone over into the left forward pocket. Cloak and Roach are there. Rollings! Goal! Once again kicking with his right foot. Richmond are leading 67 to 66. This is the final quarter, and Dunn from 40 metres out, who hasn't been too accurate today, but that's not a bad kick. Will it carry the distance? Oh, a great mark right in the teeth of goal by Roach. What a beauty.
Well, they're team lifters, Jeff.
Well, that's a team lifter. The Tigers leading by a point. Roach, who's kicked 2 goals only, been held considerably by fullback McCormack. He's on a shocking angle as he kicks it, but he's been mesmerised or something, or he's been hypnotised rather, to help him with his straight kicking. This is a test for him. It's there.
Connor Wigan, who played in defence in the first half, now in attack, puts the ball right to the kick-off square. Templeton takes that one, kicks it off the ground for his 4th goal.
The fist of Klomp. Armstrong in front. Taken out of it. Francis is in there. He's put his body in gamely. In towards Buckley. Can't hold it. Ashman can though. Oh, beautiful gather. The lovely handball giving Sheldon the feed. And there goes Mark Koo onto Johnson. Johnson a goal.
Into the centre of the ground. Johnston the target. Through to McClure. Right there is Williams. Good play, McClure. Down towards full forward. Galt. Morrison's the big fish. Too far for Johnston. Ashman. Another open goal, but he goes for a short ball to Buckley and he finds him. Good play. Buckley can run on and run in. Will he kick it? He does. That's better, Jim Buckley. Carlton lead by 37 points as Morrison kicks into the members' side. Jez, Carlton, McConville leaves it for Marcoux, who overruns it. Back to Ashman. Superb piece of play by Ashman. Left foot snap, a goal. Brilliant football. That's his 3rd.
Does it well. Ashman pops and goals. His 2nd and his 10th kick.
Under pressure, but did it well. McCarthy front position, but besieged. Appealed for the mark, not paid. Snaps well, and McCarthy puts it through.
Opportunity now for Barbary. Barbary a long hand pass out to Robbins. Robbins a left footer, puts it through.
In towards the centre, a nicely placed kick to Madden, beautifully placed, and Madden doesn't let his teammate down.
David O'Halloran has done very well against the tremendous skill and height of Madden. Terry, great mark. You can take your choice whether that was good or bad. Crow, mark number 3, right to the 10-metre square. Simon Madden in front. Mansfield shoots for goal and hooks it through.
That's a little bit wild. Marsh, one blind turn, but didn't really get out of trouble. Hawthorn players continue to contest with one another. Lovely hand pass, Bennett to Davis. Up to the forward pocket, Danaher. He's
short 15-metre penalty. Madden from behind. Well done in front. More beautiful Watson. Out to Andrews. First kick and a goal. No, Barbary. He will go.
Right half forward flank for the Hawks, and Essendon leading by 16 points at the 7-minute mark. Danger here for Essendon though. Open goal coming up for Henry, and he drives it through. Hawthorn's 5th. And Hawks into attack. Scanlon the thumper. Wallace and Neil Danaher clash. Neil Danaher comes out on top to Sheldon, who came on as an interchange player, and on to Marsh, and Essendon here with plenty of room to move in. Marsh steadies into half forward looking for Watson, but short-circuited by O'Halloran rather, and a good gutsy mark, and runs on. And will put the Bombers deep into attack. Over half forward. Here's the chance for Andrews. O'Halloran bearing down. Madden still, and Madden does it again. Goal number 3 to Simon Madden, and the Bombers 22 points up at the 10-minute mark, and that's going to be a tough margin for the Hawks.
Something to be played. Oh, the longest 15 metres in the history of football, and that's really saying something. John Henry is being put on the mark by umpire Jim Chapman, and time is still there with Essendon to squeeze out of this match. They're trailing by 4 points.
The quarters have only averaged about 27 minutes, so the average is just about up at Madden. What a mark. He's too far out. He's about 60 metres out. Mark number 7, and he'll put the ball up into the Bombers' attacking zone. Dropping in the teeth of goal. Edge of the square. Danaher sets himself. Oh, Hawthorn mark. Tuck it is again. Nice. And what a great saving mark that is. And what a fine temperament Michael Tuck's displayed today. Firstly, that ice-cool nerves goal. about 2 or 3 minutes ago, and now that great courageous mark in the teeth of Essendon's goal. 5 minutes gone, first term, 1 point apiece, Essendon and Hawthorn. Bennett has it taken away. Wallace, who's been a good player in recent weeks, towards half forward. Goad had front position. Fletcher does it nicely, but the hand pass well smothered. Hendry under pressure, but did it well. McCarthy front position, but besieged. Appealed for the mark, not paid. Snaps well, and McCarthy puts it through. First goal of the game, and a great effort by Michael McCarthy.